Welcome to the BEASTwriter family, where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we are going to be discussing and breaking down all the news that's going on as it pertains to NFL free agency frenzy. So before I go ahead and do that, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to flip on and turn on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. Also, congratulations to Robert Watson, who won the first BEASTwriter family giveaway as it pertains to the game day last game at Candlestick Pennant. Very happy for you. Congratulations. Thank you for the love. If you didn't win, which a lot of you obviously didn't win because there's only one winner, not to worry. Keep subscribing to my channel and spreading the word. We are giving away this bobblehead, 2018 bobblehead by Jimmy Garoppolo, yours truly, as well as this Rumble 49er backpack, complete with the NFL licensing logo. That's right. I don't give any fake stuff. That's not how I do business. And all you guys have to do is subscribe to my channel, engage with me in the social media platform that's here on YouTube. And for those who don't have a YouTube, get one. If you're on Twitter, just go and click the link in my bio. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to put up the ticker right here so you guys can follow me there. If you're on Facebook, just open this up in a new web browser. You can follow me there. And of course, if you're on YouTube itself, on that platform, there is always a button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen so you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. It's a real deal. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead. We talked about the giveaways, and let's now dive into the NFL news that was going around rampant today. All right. So news broke out. Drew Brees is retiring. He's ending a Hall of Fame NFL career. Obviously, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So congratulations to Drew Brees on a historic career in New Orleans. I watched him. I remember dating back to my days at San Diego State. Went to go and see him play with a few San Diego Chargers games along with my fraternity brothers. And yeah, that's when they had LaDainian Tomlinson. That's when they had Antonio Gates. And yeah, he was really fun to watch. I mean, it was really fun to watch. Anyways, congratulations to Drew Brees. And really happy for him retiring on top. I mean, gosh, the guy was amazing. And the knock on him coming out of Purdue was what? Oh, he's short. He can't see over the line. He can't do this. He can't do that. Oh. Just goes to show you, especially when it comes to evaluating the quarterback position, you really don't know. Tom Brady, some of these few other quarterbacks that were drafted or not even drafted. I mean, look at Tony Romo. So it just goes on and on and on. But congratulations, Drew Brees. All right. Now we're going to talk about the free agent signings. I'm going to catch you guys up on all things NFL. Again, I cover all 32. It was noted that, Trent Williams is now the sleeper pick for the Colts. No surprise here. If you watched my earlier podcast, not just the most recent one, but during the year, I put out podcasts on why Trent Williams would be in play for the Indianapolis Colts. You see why. Right. And that's why I cover all 32. So no matter what the topic in the podcast is or in that description of the podcast is, I talk about all 32. So it might say a totally unrandom topic like Packers resign running back Aaron Jones, and then I'll transition into Trent Williams. So you guys know how I run my podcast. I talk about all 32. If you want to look into that podcast, do yourselves a favor, find that. It's there. But yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, getting back to Packers re-signing Aaron Jones to a 4-year, $48 million deal. He stays with the Green Bay Packers. Smart move by keeping the cheese in Green Bay. You like what I did there? Go Pack Go. Obviously, Aaron Jones was one of those guys that Aaron Rodgers was kind of like, dude, I don't know if I got my running back back. Well, you got him. So great move by the Green Bay Packers. I think it keeps their Super Bowl window longer. Obviously, they still have Corey Linsley, who's an unrestricted free agent at center. Could he be joining San Francisco? I don't know. Time will tell. But the domino effect has already started. We're already seeing Brian Gutekunst make the deal. Obviously, his number one priority was Aaron Jones as his in-house number one keeper. So, moving on. Let's go on and stay in the AFC North. The Chicago Bears then double down and counter that by re-signing Mario Edwards to a 3-year, $11.55 million contract. Who is Mario Edwards? great thing you pointed out. If you check my YouTube and Twitter receipts, I already spoke highly of Mario Edwards. I thought he would be a hot candidate if he was to hit the open market because simply he's a good rotational player. I believe he's also a legacy. I think his dad, Mario Edwards Sr., played for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not too sure about that. I believe he did. Let me just go ahead and look it up. I'm not mistaken. He was also a cornerback for Tennessee. Let me just look it up. Because that's why these legacies are good. The bloodlines are strong. Look at Nick Bosa. The bloodlines are strong in these guys. All right. So, yeah, Mario Edwards Sr., here we go. Played at Florida State. Drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Pretty much spot on there. But, yeah, Mario Edwards, getting back to him, great find and great keep by the Chicago Bears. They obviously don't have much money and wiggle room to begin with. They went ahead and already franchise tagged Allen Robinson, which I discussed in an earlier podcast as I cover all 32, and how the only reason why Ryan Pace franchise tagged Allen Robinson is not so they can keep him, but use him as trade bait. I think they're going to go ahead and solidify the offensive line. The offensive line is probably the weakest in the NFL outside the New York Jets. You can even roll in the Detroit Lions there. Jacksonville, it's just horrible. Okay, top 5 worst offensive lines in all of football. You have Charles Leno Jr. playing the blindside left tackle. That ain't going to get it done, bro. So in my proposed scenario is I have the Chicago Bears trading with the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens in return will receive Allen Robinson. They obviously need a wide receiver 1. Marquise Hollywood-Brown, I see more as a wide receiver 2. You get Allen Robinson. He fits the scheme of what Greg Roman likes to do there. And then rolling over, you trade disgruntled blindside left tackle because he wants to be paid like a left tackle, and Orlando Brown Jr. getting shipped to the Chicago Bears, who is still on a rookie deal, which would then come cheaper than Charles Leno Jr. and be a lot cheaper there. So a lot of moving parts in play, but look for that to take place. I think that's a great landing spot and a great win-win scenario for both organizations. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. I know it's crazy. How do you know all 32 NFL teams? This is what I do. All right, let's move on. Trade alert. So we have Marcus Cannon, the 3-time Super Bowl champion, Marcus Cannon, who is the right tackle for the New England Patriots, getting traded to the Houston Texans for swapping picks. So Nick Caserio, Bill Belichick, obviously Nick Caserio was with New England, worked with Bill Belichick. You see the working dynamic there. They opted to go ahead and make this deal. Obviously, the Houston Texans can use a Marcus Cannon now that they got him in Houston. They don't need a tackle because they already got Laramie Tunsil, and now they got Marcus Cannon on the right side. They're set there. So in the draft, that's going to play out in their favor because, again, they don't have a first-round pick. And now they can look at solidifying other needs on day 2. All right, so smart play by both teams. New England Patriots weren't really going to sign Marcus Cannon anyway, so and getting something in return, hey, it's a win-win for both teams. All right, here's another trade alert. As I cover all 32, Shaq Lawson from the Miami Dolphins has been traded to the Houston Texans in exchange for inside linebacker Benardrick McKinney. All right, so what's the heck is going on here? What's the parameters? Why was this move made? What is going on here? Well, let me just explain to you. All right, Shaq Lawson obviously plays outside linebacker, but I mean, when you look at what's out there and with his cap number, you can kind of say, hey, man, we're going to go in a different direction. They already released Kyle Van Noy. That filled the need at inside linebacker. I wrote up an earlier podcast on that. You see how everything ties in together? Everything ties in together that I'm saying. But anyways, getting back to Kyle Van Noy, he was released, and there's already a huge need on the second level because you need inside linebacker help and outside linebacker help. So without Kyle Van Noy there, you then trade for Benardrick McKinney to be a plug and play. However, they still need an inside linebacker, and I still think Fred Warner could be that guy if they're unable to extend him long term, which could very well happen, right? It happened to DeForest Buckner. Could have happened in lightning strike twice with Fred Warner. I already wrote up a podcast on that. Definitely financially makes sense. But Shaq Lawson then goes on to the Houston Texans. They also need an edge presence there, especially in that front that they play. And so it is a win-win situation. So good move by both teams. All right. So everyone's talking to me about this one as we move on. Look how fast I am. I am efficient, guys. And be sure to ask me any questions you guys have. I will go ahead. Dang, I've been missing out on that. What's going on, Niners all day? 55, how are you doing? Robert Watson, what's up, my man? Congratulations on winning the game day commemorative last game at Candlestick Pennant. I am going to sign that. You wanted me to sign that on the front. I am going to do that with a personalized message. Stay tuned for that one. Let's get to your question, though. Do you think Joe is coming back or possibly waiting to see if his successor is resigned, or is Joe playing with us with his deleted tweets? I don't know. I said it on another live stream, and I was joking around. I said, what happens if they brought back Alex Smith and Frank Gore? Could they get Patrick Willis, just joking, Joe Staley, or how about Joe Staley and Patrick Willis out of retirement? How cool would that be? I know it's fool's gold, but it'd be funny to think about and something to think about, because logically, Frank Gore's still in the league, Alex Smith is still in the league, and Joe Staley could come back. Say it ain't Joe. Hey, like that? All right. JP, how you doing, my man, from YouTube? BEASTwriter family are here. JP, a huge Arizona Cardinals fan. Shows me all the love. Thank you, JP. I am doing great. How's your Sunday Funday going along for you? All right. Foreigners Ultimate Report from YouTube says, what's up, Ryan? What's up, BEASTwriter family from YouTube? What up, Ryan? Also known as the Beast, hardest worker in the gym and on YouTube. Hey, man, I grind, bro. Every day I grind. When I'm at the gym, I literally think about what my next podcast is going to be, what my next live stream is going to be. In between sets, I'm answering your guys' questions because I need to be as efficient as possible. People think I'm cupcaking on the phone. I am not talking to any ladies or anything like that. No, I am on my phone getting back to you guys because you guys are my number one priority. And I'm being serious about this. It is what it is. All right, Mariah Lee from YouTube. Thank you. How you doing, Mariah? One of my most loyal followers on YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. And for the BEASTwriter family, I'm telling you, we're doing a lot of cool things. If you're just tuning in, man, you're going to miss out on all these giveaways if you don't get yourself a YouTube subscription and subscribe to my channel. Subscription means free. YouTube account, I should say. But yeah, who doesn't want free stuff? I'm telling you right now, we just picked up 100 subscribers yesterday. Not because I'm giving free stuff. That could be part of it, obviously. But no, the content and the BEASTwriter family engagement that we're getting here is unbelievable. I picked up probably around 7-8 Colts fans yesterday just for my Colts podcast. I'm picking up more Panthers and Cardinals fans because you guys are always like pounding the table for that. Keep pounding. Red Sea, keep going. And Pittsburgh Steelers. I just talked about the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier. If you saw my Pittsburgh Steelers podcast, I'm picking up Steelers fans from there. So a lot of Yinzers are coming into my podcast. Again, this is how we do it in the BEASTwriter family. I don't care what team you root for. I don't care if you're a Niner fan or a Seahawks fan. I don't care if you're a Ravens fan or a Steelers fan. As long as it's all good vibes only and we can have a good, healthy debate in the description box below where we just kind of engage with one another, that's what it's about. Don't try to outdo one another. Hey, you don't know that. Oh, you suck. It's like, dude, like what? Like, come on, bro. This is how you spend your Sunday? Get a life, bro. All right. Thomas Young from YouTube said, what's up? What is going on, Thomas from YouTube? Welcome to the BEASTwriter family. I see you. This is like your 5th live stream you've been on. Thank you for tuning in. Alex Faulkner says, what's up, Beast? How you doing, bro? Oh, he said, whoops. What's up, Beast? Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thank you for catching that Twitter. Yes, if you guys follow me, I was the first to break the Mike McGlinchey news that he would go to the Colts, or rumors that he would be going to the Colts. I said it during the year. Obviously, I talk about all 32 NFL teams, so no matter what the topic is in the headline, I always transition into whatever it is. That way, I get watch hours, and you guys never know what I'm going to be discussing outside of the topic that's being discussed in the headline. That's how I do it, because I cover what? All 32. Thank you, Alex, for tuning in, keeping it real. Appreciate you, bud. All right. John Zach from YouTube said, let's go. So Joe Staley coming back to whip McFloppy in shape. You know what? Like, I said on my podcast the other day when I talked about the Colts, got a lot of Colts fans in there, and they're like, oh, there's no way we're going to get rid of Braden Smith, 2018 second-round pick. That's not Ballard's MO. They're not going to go after Trent Williams. Some of their logic is very, very reasonable, though, right? I'm not saying mine's right, theirs wrong, but I'm saying okay, right. Why would you get rid of a top 5 right tackle who is in the last year of his contract? Because he's in the last year of his contract. Furthermore, you have abundance of free agents coming up hoping to reset the market. Darius Leonard, from that 2018 draft class. He's going to be fighting for Fred Warner for who's going to be the top inside linebacker being paid out of that draft class, both third-round picks. And then you double down on that with Quentin Nelson, who's the top interior guard in my grading system. Yes, you guys know I have my own grading system. I don't rely on PFF. So with that being said, both those guys are going to reset the market. Where's the money going to come from? You get right tackle Mike McGlinchey on a fifth-year option. The hopes is maybe you can revive his career playing next to his best friend Quentin Nelson on the left side. But if he can't get it done the right side, what makes you think he can get it done the left side? It's just kind of common sense. It's like putting someone at a disadvantage. If you're playing basketball and you're right-handed, and all of a sudden you put some guy on the left side, but he sucks with his left hand. Well, why would you do that? You're putting him in a compromised position. As a coach, you're putting him in the worst position. You're not putting him in the best position to make plays. You're obviously putting him in a lesser position to where he can have success. So why would you put him there? I don't know. Me and Chris Ballard can look at him and watch his pro day back in 2018 where he had Dave Guglielmo, the offensive line coach with the Colts, running the pro day drills. Say, hey, man, Mike McGlinchey and Quentin Nelson, man, they can really solidify the left line. Well, Dave G's not there no more. And Chris Ballard is. So if he believes that right tackle Mike McGlinchey can transition to the left side, I'm all for it. I still like Mike McGlinchey. And I know a lot of you guys don't like Mike McGlinchey and you guys talk about, his weight. But let me tell you something. You guys see what I do in the gym. You guys know my weight. I'm only a $154, actually a $153 right now. And I'm pushing more weight than I was when I was heavier. Why is that? Well, it all comes down to functional strength and core strength mobility. For me, it comes down to right tackle Mike McGlinchey. And again, I told this story time and time again. The first thing he said to me was, man, your arms are huge. How do I get arms like that? Legit asked me that question, not joking. And I was going with him. I say, hey, this is my program, bro. Like, you should get on this program. And then he looked at me like he was really soaking it in. Like, I can't believe you're actually spitting these facts. I was like, yeah, time under tension, blood flow, maximize your rest times. If you're trying to build up hypertrophy or rest sets or whatever it is you're trying to do in between, pyramid up, pyramid down, muscle memory. And so he actually looked at me. It was a good 5-minute conversation inside the locker room. And he looked at me. He's like he looked kind of lost, but kind of like amazed or like, I don't know, impressed, I guess. Like I was just like, yeah, if you want to build bigger arms, that's how you do it. For him, it comes down to his core strength. He doesn't need big arms. He doesn't need those 25, 30-inch biceps. He doesn't need those 24-inch pythons, but what he does need is core strength mobility. I see him get it in turnstile left and right. He's really good in the run game. I would be quick to argue that he's really good in the run game. However, he does lose leverage, especially when it comes to those guys that convert speed to power off the edge because he gets turned around too much. He loses ground. He stops his feet, allowing edge rushers to win with the momentum moving forward. So I would work on, if I was his strength and conditioning coach, the first thing I would work on is, hey, let's go to the squat rack. We're going to hit power cleans. We're going to hit deadlifts. We're going to do a lot of squats. All right. We're going to do some mobility exercises. So maybe we're doing Romanian leg lifts. Maybe we're going to do leg extensions. Obviously, we can hit that up. But, your lower trunk, your core strength, we're going to double down on that. Let's see how long you can hold a plank in between sets. So now you're getting your blood flow going. You're getting that heart pumping. So now you're burning more calories, losing more fat, gaining more muscle tissue. I don't know. I'm sure they're doing it already. Or you would hope that they're doing it already. But Mike McGlinchey, I still have faith in Mike McGlinchey. I think he could be a really good right tackle. Again, I am a fan of Mike McGlinchey. All you guys out there, or some of you guys don't like Mike McGlinchey, but I think give him another year. Just like with Ahkello Witherspoon. I really like Ahkello Witherspoon. I think he needs to be re-signed. Hey, in my grading system, I'm telling you, the last 3-4 weeks, he's been playing extremely well. The last game, okay, I think he gave up 56 yards in my grading system. In fact, let me just go ahead and pull that up. Some of you guys are asking for my grading system. I'm not going to give you my algorithm, but I will go over some of the details on what I saw from Ahkello Witherspoon. Let me just pull this up. It's a legit grading system. And you guys know, if you guys follow me on Twitter, that I put out my midseason BEASTwriter grades before PFF, and most of them checked out. All right, so let me go ahead and just go over what it was with Ahkello Witherspoon from 2019 from 2020. All right, so in 2020, this is what I saw from him. All right, excuse me, let's go back in 2019. In 2019, this is what I saw from him. All right. In weeks 4 through 12, he gave up a quarterback passer rating of 105.2. Yikes. Right. A passer rating of 105.2. That's not good. All right. He had 3 tackles, 3 missed tackles versus the run, which is it's okay. That's average for a defensive back in my grading system, I would say. But he had 6 missed tackles versus pass coverage. Not good. This is all 2019. All right. He had 2 penalties through the air against the pass, one in week 2 against the Bengals, and another one. That was a delay game. That was a 5-yard penalty where I believe he kicked the ball. I believe it was week 2, right before their first home opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers, week 3. And then in week 14 against the Saints, he had an unnecessary roughness penalty that resulted in 1 yard. So he only gave up 6 yards of hitting yardage, but nonetheless, it was 2 penalties. And when you look at that and take it a step further in my grading system, based on the cover shells, I'm looking at it like this. He was targeted 49 times, 25 of those being completions for 347 yards. All right. He gave up 13 first downs and 4 plays of 20 plus. All right. 4 plays of 20 plus. Furthermore, he gave up a team high 6 touchdowns. All right. In my grading system, that's right. He gave up a team high 6 touchdowns. If you watch my earlier podcast today, Steven Nelson in 2020 gave up 8. So you can kind of see, and Steven Nelson didn't grade well in my grading system, but either did Killer Witherspoon. I mean, I would say his 2019 year was not good. Not good, right? And where people are asking, okay, where'd those touchdowns come from? Well, I'm going to give it to you because I have a good grading system. Week 3 against the Steelers, week 14 against the Saints, week 16, he gave up 2 against the Rams, and week 17 against the Seahawks. He gave up 2. All right. So with that being said, he did lead the team with 7 pass breakups in my grading system. So you kind of see the ball skills there, right? But then again, he kind of reverts to his 2019 form. What happened in 2020? Let's fast forward. Compare those numbers to this year. Okay, cool story. In the last few weeks of the season, because that's when he really got his playing time, because he was essentially in the doghouse, he had no missed tackles versus the run. He had no penalties versus the run. All right. He only had 1 penalty versus the pass, which is week 16 against the Cardinals, which was a defensive holding penalty for 2 yards. All right. He only gave up 8 completions. All right. Was targeted 21 times, only giving up 79 yards. That's it. He only gave up 79 yards. That's it. In the 4 games that he played in my grading system. All right. He did allow 1 touchdown. All right. And that was again in week 17 against the Seahawks, ironically. Or coincidentally, I should say. And he freaking balled out with 3 pass breakups, which tied for second on the team in my grading system. So my grading system tells me that Ahkello Witherspoon has what it takes. That's just my take. Anyways, moving on. What's up, Charles? How you doing? Panthers, keep pounding, bro. I know we're going to talk about Curtis Samuel. We're going to get to that, bro. We are going to get to that. But thank you for tuning in, my man. I love talking to Panthers fan. You guys are awesome, bro. You guys are awesome. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Gosh, there's a lot of comments coming through. I am so behind, and I apologize. Where are we? Oh, here we are. All right. Niners All Day 55 says, I have a question. Well, I have an answer. Why we signed Mosley before Warner? Like, does that make sense to you? Bro, I've been saying it since day one. Warner needs to be resigned, fam. I'm just saying, I don't know. Hey, the way you look at it is this. Free agency is here, so you're going to have to resign some of these guys before you can resign Fred Warner, because ultimately it's a waiting game for him because he's under contract. He has no leverage in terms of getting guaranteed money like this second. Obviously, it's going to happen sometime before the season, but this second. Or is it? Because a lot of money is going elsewhere. We heard news late last night that John Lynch put out that, Kyle Juszczyk, man. Kyle Juszczyk, how do you guys feel about Kyle Juszczyk? If you didn't see that, here it is. I'm not even going to make a ticker on it. It's a straight up thing that's going to happen. Breaking GM John Lynch on Kyle Juszczyk. If you don't know what's going on there, look at Twitter. Look what happened late last night. As about to go to sleep, about to Netflix and chill. Well, there ain't no chilling. I was like, oh man, now Kyle Juszczyk came in. Awesome move. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, okay, so what realistically could it be? So I check in. I'm thinking it's going to be anywhere from a $3 to $4 million contract like before. Obviously, I believe he signed a 4-year, $21 million contract back in 2017 coming from the Baltimore Ravens. I get it. This is another contract. Obviously, there's not a lot of fullbacks in the NFL. He was still the highest paid fullback at the time. I'm thinking he's going to get anywhere from, I don't know, 5-6 million. Same thing. It's not going to be much higher. I mean, it's not going to be like, oh, he's going to get a pay raise because like it's the fullback. It's the fullback position. Unfortunately, if you use the fullback much more like you use the tight end, then I can kind of see where you can kind of justify giving him more than like 6.5 million. But even that's a lot of money for a fullback who doesn't play majority of the snaps. But he is good in situational football. If you watch my earlier podcast, you know how I feel about Juice. I said he's a top in-house priority. Excuse me. And he needs to be re-signed. So, with that being said, yes, I'm high on Kyle Juszczyk. I'm glad that John Lynch is pulling the trigger and making this move because ultimately he opens up Kyle Shanahan's playbook. And how can you not like Kyle Juszczyk? If anyone does not like Kyle Juszczyk in San Francisco, please chime in and tell me why. Tell me why. All right, Alex Faulkner from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for tuning in. Alex, I see you, bro. If the Niners are truly a run-first team, why is there so much money allocated to the quarterback position? Why not cut Jimmy and spend big on Trent Williams and Corey Linsley and make it the best in the Ooh, Alex spitting facts. See, this is why the YouTube community and the BEASTwriter family is so strong. Look at this. He makes you think. Look at this comment. Read this comment and actually think outside the box for a second. If you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitter, man, I'm telling you, Alex brings up a great point. And again, if you're on Facebook, be sure to go ahead and open the web browser on a separate tab so you can subscribe to my channel and be entered for the weekly giveaways. We're doing another Family Friday giveaway on Friday, so it should be fun. Family Friday giveaway on Friday. Every Friday, it's a happy hour every Friday. Maybe we should have a happy hour talk show on Friday. I'm joking. I don't think that's allowed on YouTube, but no. Let's get back to your question, Alex. It's actually a very, very logical question. Yeah, if they are a run-first team, how come? Well, I'll answer this. I think because anytime doesn't matter if you're a run-first team or a pass-happy team, you need a quarterback. I think getting a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo or retaining a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely well worth the money. Now, is he worth that much money? I think we know where we're going here, but in my opinion, I would rather solidify the offensive line. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying this is how I build a team. If I'm starting from scratch, you guys all know how I feel about solidifying the trenches on both sides of the football. I think you build teams from the inside out. I don't care how the rules are favoring the offense and the wide receivers and so forth. You win a deep playoff push by stopping the run and running the football, shortening the game, winning time of possession, keeping the opposing offenses off the field. That's the bread and butter. That's the recipe for success. That's always been the MO of teams moving forward. I don't care what the rules are doing. At the end of the day, that might work during the regular season, but it comes down to December football and playoff football and the deep playoff run. You need to do those three things. Run the ball, stop the run, obviously limit the turnovers, and win time of possession, keeping opposing offenses off the field. Plain and simple. It's plain and simple. That's the recipe for success. How do you do that? You need some bodyguards up front. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We all saw what happened in the Super Bowl with Pat Mahomes. And now look what happened. Pat Mahomes probably looking at this like, damn, am I going to have the same starting offensive line that I did in the Super Bowl because we just released Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz after I restructured? Can we just make a trade? Can we just get right tackle Mike McGlinchey in here? I need a right tackle. Andy Reid, give me a right tackle. I know you like Mike McGlinchey. He's athletic. He fits what you like to do. Let's go after Mike McGlinchey because Chris Ballard did it, and they're in the AFC South. And man, they're going to be players. We probably might see them in the championship game next year. Let's try to get him because the Colts are obviously in play for him because Quentin Nelson's his best friend. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think building teams from the inside out is the way we do it. All right. Jacob Phillips from YouTube says, how crazy would it be if we traded Jimmy G to the Saints for Taysom Hill? Gosh, I really like Taysom Hill, but I don't know. I'd rather keep Jimmy Garoppolo. I know it sounds crazy. See, I'm not a hater. People think I'm a hater because I talk bad. Not you guys, but obviously you guys know I keep it 100. But people who don't know me and just chime in for the first time, oh, you're a hater. You're this. You don't like the. It's like, no, I just keep it 100 and then check my YouTube receipts. They check out. So it's just the truth. Like, just saying. But no, I getting back to Jimmy. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I like Jimmy Garoppolo more than I like Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill to me is more of a gadget guy. Yeah, he is more dynamic in the run game, a dual threat quarterback. I don't know. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. If I had to, hypothetically, obviously, if I had to choose between the two, I would keep it Jimmy Garoppolo. Because at the end of the day, he helped them get to the Super Bowl. He didn't lead them to the Super Bowl. I said helped them get to the Super Bowl. All right. Tristan Coleman from Facebook, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Just be sure to be entered for our weekly giveaways, that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do that. I know you're on Facebook right now. Just open up a new web browser and you can do that there. Also, if you're on Twitter, just click the link in my bio and you can subscribe that way. Anyways, getting back to your question, Ahmad Brooks made a man out of Drew Brees with that hit in New Orleans. Oh my gosh. Yes, Tristan Coleman, you are absolutely right. That was not a horse collar tackle or a hit above the neck. In fact, I wrote an article about this. Oh my God. I remember when I had ironfans.com running, my own website, obviously. And in real time, I was like, oh, that was a deadly hit. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, this was a hit that cost the 49ers. I believe it was in the regular season. It cost the 49ers more everything, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was in the regular season. Anyways, he came on, I believe, the left side, and he literally, it looked like he took off Drew Brees' head off. Like you see his neck just like, I don't know, like go gadget. Like it was just kind of like he was looking and then he got hit this way and it got kind of clotheslined, but it looked dirty, but it really wasn't dirty. It was a clean hit. The NFL came back and said it was a clean hit. Too late. It was a penalty. It costed the outcome of the game. Game over. Saints win. That till that day, that irritates the crap out of me. Ahmad Brooks just, oh man, took his head off without taking his head off. That was one of the dirtiest, I shouldn't say dirtiest, one of the cleanest, meanest hits I've ever seen. Ahmad Brooks. One of the most underrated linebackers, man, on the 49ers. I loved him. All right. Niners all day 55. He'll just resign. Yep. He'll just resign. That is correct. I think we were talking hypothetical there and what would take place, obviously. All right. Charles from the Panthers. Panthers land, keep pounding up in Carolina. Bro, I don't know. There's a guy on Twitter, a Carolina Pan, wants Curtis Samuel news. I'm going to give it to you guys. But no, hopefully your question is good. Word on the street is Robinson won't sign the franchise tag in Chicago. Exactly. This is why you followed me. See, he's a Panthers fan. He knows. He saw my YouTube podcast on Allen Robinson, how he's going to get tagged. He's not going to sign. He's going to request to be traded. I'm telling you. And it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens or a team that needs a wide receiver. Because let me tell you, Allen Robinson brings so much to the table. In my opinion, he's a top 12 wide receiver. I know Greg Rosenthal listed him as a top 10 wide receiver. I wouldn't go that far. I would even put like Kenny Galladay in the same class as Allen Robinson. I believe that Kenny Galladay is the overall better receiver when you break it down, in my opinion, if he's healthy. So, and Kenny Galladay to me is a top 12 wide receiver. So around there, top 10, 15, you guys get it. But yeah, Allen Robinson, I think is going to get traded. I think he's going to get traded. Now, whether that's going to be with the Baltimore Ravens or some of these other teams, let's look at the draft, right? This is what we do. We project and we predict. All right? This is why you follow me, because I project and I predict. I'm not afraid to put this out there. Put these YouTube results out there. Oh, no. Go ahead. Check it back. See how well I do. All right, so I already said that Allen Robinson's going to get tagged. He got tagged. And then I say he's going to get traded. Well, he's on the way of getting traded. All right. So the third part of this receipt, if I can hit on all three parts, which would be amazing, is I have him actually going to one of three teams. One of those teams is the Baltimore Ravens. Makes the most logical sense because obviously the Chicago Bears have a need for a offensive lineman. Charles Leno Jr. is not going to be the answer. He sucks. Hate to say it. He costs more money, too, than bringing in a guy like Orlando Brown Jr., who's still on a rookie deal. He wants to play left tackle. Unfortunately, he can't. If you guys don't know the backstory on that, Baltimore Ravens left tackle Ryan Stanley was injured during the Steelers game, And due to an ankle, lower leg injury, whatever you want to call it, he was out for the year. And Orlando Brown Jr. kicked into the blind side left tackle position. And as its agent, you're probably saying, damn, bro, this is where we're going to get paid, bruh. All right. Played extremely well. And now with Ronnie Stanley coming back, he's looking at the market and says, you know what? I see right tackle money. I don't want Mitchell Schwartz money, man. I want David Bakhtiari money. I want Ronnie Stanley money, who's getting $19.7 million APY. And that's ultimately what's going to happen. GM Eric DeCosta from the Baltimore Ravens needs a wide receiver 1. Well, if you're sitting there with the Baltimore Ravens where they're slated to pick at pick number 27, realistically, what's going to be there at wide receiver? You're not going to get Kadarius Toney. He's going to come off the board way before that. You're not going to get a chance at freaking Jalen Waddle. He's going to come off the board way before that. Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase, good luck. So the best play would be to get rid of a disgruntled left tackle, because obviously you need to get something in return for him. Why not make a play for Allen Robinson? Because you do have the financial cap strain to go ahead and make that play and fit him under the cap. Just saying. And in return, if you're Ryan Pace, you're thinking, dude, I was going to get a first-round pick with my first-round pick at number 19, at number 20. I was going to go wide receiver. We were going to go after Kadarius Toney. But since we also need offensive line, why not get Orlando Brown Jr., who comes in cheaper than Charles Leno Jr.? Because he's on a rookie deal and he's a Pro Bowl left tackle or right tackle. Same difference, Pro Bowl tackle. It makes perfect sense. I can see it happening. All right, let's go ahead and move on and answer your questions. For our ultimate report, would you draft defensive line player or give Solomon Thomas one more year? To answer your question, plain and simple, I think they're done with Solomon Thomas. I think that experiment is over. They obviously want to bring him in on a cheaper contract because they want to pay him his 5th-year option. Could the same be said of right tackle Mike McGlinchey? Time will tell, because Mike McGlinchey is due to make $10.88 million playing on that 5th-year option if the team were to pick it up. But that's for a different podcast. As it pertains to this one, I think Solomon Thomas will ultimately go somewhere else and get a fresh start. There's just only enough money to go around, and they didn't resign Ronald Blair, who I believe is going to go to the Seahawks or the Jets. Now watch him go to the Lions. All right, Marty Burns from Facebook. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. All right. Thomas Young says draft. Let's go ahead and move on. Christian Gonzalez from YouTube says, bro, loving in this channel. Thanks. Hey, thank you for tuning in, and welcome to the BEASTwriter family, Christian. Honored to have you on here. Just be sure to spread the word to all your family and friends. We have good stuff going on. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. We have a lot of stuff here. What is up, Isaac? How you doing from Facebook? Do yourself a solid and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you don't, you won't be entered for our BEASTwriter family giveaways on every Friday. Yes, every Friday, which is this Friday, we'll be giving away either the backpack or the bobblehead when we reach our milestones for the sub channel. So do yourselves a favor. Subscribe to the Beast. Do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the Beast. All right. Let's move on. Mark Savera from Facebook. Do you think Edwards, Verrett, and Juice will be re-signed by the deadline? Do you think Edwards, Verrett, and Juice? Are you talking about Mario Edwards that we just spoke about? In regards to Verrett and Juice, before they signed by the deadline, yeah. I mean, they're going to sign somewhere. Now, I don't know if they're going to be re-signed, but obviously they're going to go somewhere. I think ultimately, Kyle Juszczyk is going to be re-signed. I think GM John Lynch has already came out and said it and tweeted it. What do you guys think of Juice? Why would he put out a teaser like that if it wasn't really going to come to fruition? I think that'd be mean of John Lynch, especially late at night. So obviously, I think he's throwing out that out there that a deal is going to get done. Probably spoke to the agent. The agent said, okay, we're not going to talk to any more teams. We're solely going to discuss with you guys. And we like the front-loaded money that we're getting. Now let's just pan out the years onto the contract, and so we can kind of meet in the middle. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? All right, let's go ahead and move on. JP, my man JP from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. What's up, bro? He says there's true about core strength because it's the body's largest stability. Exactly. It is the largest stabilizer in the body. Without a strong core, everything else fails. You guys try standing up. What are you guys using? When you guys walk, what are you guys using? Your core. Balance. Now try standing on one foot. Not so easy, right? So that's why you got to do some core stabilization, endurance training. There's a lot of different tactics there. You can use some football movements so you can kind of get muscle memory there. You can also work on the muscle endurance training, get some strength training there. Not just upper body strength. I know as guys, we're like, oh, you had this big arms, big biceps, big triceps, oh, big traps. No, but what about the legs, man? Because especially if you're an offensive tackle, you need strong legs for what? If you played football, you need strong legs for what? The leg drive. Just like on the bench press, you need to work on your leg drive, guys. The leg drive, recoiling your hips, getting under the guy, getting your pads, being the lower man. The lower man always wins. We know this. This is football 101. All right, let's do this. I love talking football and fitness. That's what I do. That's my motto. Football and fitness, that's what we do. Be in the know before they know. That's another motto that I like to use. Layers of onion to get through the core. It's another one. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Jason Wines from Facebook asks, Carl Lawson opposite of Bosa. Carl Lawson's good. I mean, I know a lot of people, oh, he's underrated. He's this. I don't know. Don't be surprised if the Cardinals cut Chandler Jones and say $15.2 million. I don't know. It's going to get crazy tomorrow. When free agency starts tomorrow, it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you. There's going to be a lot of movement. Maybe a blockbuster deal. I'm going to be hopping on the live stream talking about this. It's going to get interesting. I'll tell you that. It's going to get really interesting. All right. Ravi Narawat from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for following me, buddy. You tune into like every live stream, just like JP, just like Alex, just like Charlotte Bound, all you guys, Mariah, all you guys, everyone tunes in. Like these are the loyal ones. You guys are loyal. I love it. All right. Your thoughts on all the 49ers Twitter hoopla? Well, that's why I'm on YouTube. I ain't on Twitter hoopla. First of all, YouTube is a much way better platform, in my opinion. I like it better. I don't know what's going on 49ers Twitter much. I mean, I'm on there, but I'm not on there. I'm mostly on YouTube talking to you guys. So if you're on Twitter, do yourselves a favor, click the link in my bio and check out my YouTube receipts. Also, for those who don't know, I'm going to get to your question right here, but I actually made 32 podcast playlists because I cover all 32. If you want to see what I had to say in real time, compare that to hindsight, go ahead and do that. I'm not afraid to put that out there. So click the podcast playlist or the playlist, and you will see all of those, as well as my workout videos, as well as my mukbangs. I do mukbangs from time to time, and my live stream. So it's a really cool thing for Yang Mondays, Ting Thursdays. We got Taco Tuesdays coming up. So all my live streams are there. Family Fridays, of course, and the lucky winners there. So a lot of cool stuff. All right. Alex Faulkner. Oh, my man says, how much do you trust Witherspoon's mental makeup, though? He seems to do well when he doesn't have too much to lose, but when the stakes are high, he kind of folds, it seems, for effective. Yes. That's what I mean. I'm telling you, I think right now, if I'm D'Amico Ryans, I talked about this on my live stream yesterday. Or did I do a live stream? Yes, I did do a live stream yesterday. Or no, the day before yesterday. Excuse me. I will leave it like this. I said, look, if I'm D'Amico Ryans, I'm gonna and you're a killer listener, I'm gonna look at you straight and be like, hey, bro, like, I know you're in the doghouse with Robert Saleh, right? I know you weren't getting the playing time. You lost your starting job. You didn't play well when you were given the opportunity. You had good games, good plays, good win reps early in the down, but then you kind of reverted back. We need a little more consistency. I'm not going to, you're not going to make excuses. I'm not going to make excuses. But hey, look, I'm the new defensive coordinator, and what I see in your game, I think you have Pro Bowl potential. I think in my system, you can be the next great 49ers cornerback. And your height, weight, speed will tell you that. There's a reason why GM John Lynch drafted you in the 3rd round. Why? Because you led the nation in pass breakups. So you have the critical factors for you to thrive in my system. I'm going to give you a second chance. I'm going to vouch for John Lynch to re-sign you. And that's how highly I think of you, because I think, in my mind, mentally is where you're lacking confidence. Physically, your game is there. But mentally, I think we need to work on that. And I'm telling you, as your coach, you need to let that go. Because you need to have a short-term memory playing the boundary cornerback position, and you are going to get beat. How you come back facing adversity is ultimately going to determine how far you go in the NFL. And based on your coverage skills and based on what I see in your game, I think you have what it takes. So I want you here. You're going to be fighting for a starting spot. Don't get me wrong. Iron sharpens iron. But at the end of the day, if you just play your game, you're going to be the starter. Plain and simple. That's what I said to Jason Verrett. Or sorry, not Jason Verrett. That's what I would say to Jason Verrett if he was returned too. Like, hey, iron sharpens iron. But especially when it comes to a Killer Witherspoon, especially when you talk about a guy's mental makeup from the shoulders up, I think it's very important to instill confidence in him. Because sometimes as an NFL player, even though you get paid the big bucks, you hear the stuff in the media, stuff that we put out, it gets in their heads. And then they have this, oh man, maybe in the back of mind, is it true? And then when they do get burned, it just confirms what people are saying. So if you actually have a coach behind you that says, hey man, forget about that play. Like let's say he gave up a 56-yard pass play, right? On a 3rd and 20. All right, let's just say hypothetically, they were in the cover 3 shell, and he bit on the double move, and the wide receiver beat him outside with outside leverage, stacked him over the top, and got that nice 56-yard pass play. Okay, cool story. What I would do is I would be like, hey, look, all right, after the drive was over, obviously, whatever happens, and be like, hey, look, don't worry, man. I'll be running to him. Don't worry, man. You got this, man. You got this. That's just one play, bro. We're going to come back. We're going to protect you on that side. Also, what we saw on the film here and from what the coaches are seeing in the press box is we're seeing that you kind of bit on the double move. So the next time around, we're going to try to counter that and do something a little different so you can make a play on the ball and maybe get a pick six. Something like that, something along those lines, right? Not exactly as that, but basically what I'm trying to go with is you want to instill confidence in him. You don't just turn around and be like, oh gosh, here we go. Killer Witherspoon again. Jeez, that sucks. Like, dude, no. You're supposed to raise people up, not bring them down. All right, let's go ahead and move on. When is Jimmy G getting cut? I don't know. I don't think he's getting cut. I think ultimately he's going to be on the team as it currently stands. All right, 704 Bound Charlotte from YouTube says, hit them like, yes, hit them like buttons. 704 Bound Charlotte just talked about you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. You catch all my live streams. And we are going to talk about Curtis Samuel because I like talking about Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel, to me, is a guy who, if you guys don't know who Curtis Samuel is, obviously he's a wide receiver, 2nd-round pick from the Carolina Panthers. And he is a unrestricted free agent. Why the Panthers can't re-sign him? Well, they got DJ Moore there, right? Number one. And he's going to be due for a front-loaded deal. He's obviously a high-round pick as well. DJ Moore is ultimately the better conventional wide receiver. But what Curtis Samuel brings to the table is very, very different. He's kind of like a Deebo Samuel, but he lines up more in the backfield. He can take a handoff, and the guy is just speedy, quick. I see a 4-3 player, 4-3-5, maybe 4-3-1, somewhere in there. Definitely a 4-3 player. And he has moves on moves. I mean, the guy has jukes on jukes. It's like playing a game of Madden, like spin move. Boom, gets an extra 7-8 yards. So the guy is really, really shifty. I like his lateral agility. Now the question remains to be seen, is he going to resign in Carolina? I mean, all you Panthers fans are asking me, what's going on in Carolina? And for me, I don't think they're going to be able to resign Curtis Samuel. I think he's going to go off to another team because, again, there's just so much money to go around. Sucks that you guys have Teddy Bridgewater there. I don't know. I ain't like that signing. But you guys need a stopgap quarterback. He's not bad. He's not bad. But ultimately, I think Curtis Samuel is going to be shipped off. And I say shipped off meaning see ya, not like shipped off as in a trade because obviously he's a free agent. But you guys get what I'm saying here. He's going to be off. And he might go to a team like the New York Jets. I don't know. Could be the New York Jets. Who do they have there? Jamison Crowder? Who else do they have there? Nobody. So I can see Robert Saleh using Curtis Samuel in a role much like Deebo Samuel on end arounds, reverses, all that cool stuff. All right. Kevin Jeter from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, says, would you be mad if 49ers draft Trey Lance at 12? Yes, I would be mad. Absolutely. That'd be diminishing the value of the pick because you're reaching for need. Absolutely. I would say pass on Trey Lance at 12. I don't care about the Josh Allen. Let's pull back a little bit and let's be real about one thing. Anytime draft rolls around, everyone's going to be comparing a player to a player to a current player. Like, oh, what's your comp for him? Hey, it gets clickbait. It's clickbait. You guys want it. Josh Allen. Oh, really? He's the next Josh. I got to watch this pro day. Let's pull back a little bit. He might have the skill set, but is he the next Josh? I would say pull back. I just don't see Josh Allen. I see the skill set, but I don't see Josh Allen. All right. He's a little too raw for me. All right. Brian King from Facebook says, what about Deshaun Watson? Are they going to sign him? Well, he has to waive his no trade clause. We don't know what's going on there. Niners all day 55. I would be okay. Okay. Because the pro day was pretty good. Yeah, his pro day was good, but I don't like it. I don't like Trey Lance at 12 at all. I don't like Trey Lance at all. All right. Not at 12, at least. I'm not saying I don't like him, period, but not at 12. All right. Niners all day. Who do you think the Niners love in this draft class? Personally, I like Zach Wilson a lot because he fits our scheme very well. And he said he wants to be a Niner. Says that all I want to trade up for him. Yep. I mean, you guys all know how I feel about Zach Wilson. I think he is the best fit for the San Francisco 49ers and would do wonders under Kyle Shanahan's scheme. However, you guys know my draft crushes. Running back Najee Harris from Alabama. Najee Harris. Hey, look, if Najee Harris is sitting there at 24, which I said in an earlier podcast today when it comes to the Steelers, you do not go offensive lineman. Absolutely not. You take the number 4 player on my big board and go Najee Harris. Now, I just said you build teams from the inside out, not the outside in, but you also have to look at value at where you're picking. Realistically, who's better, Samuel Cosme or Alex Leatherwood or Najee Harris? It's Najee Harris all day, every day. Just saying. All right. Niners all day from 55 from YouTube says, what would the package be, though, to move up to number 2 or 3, just like the picks or maybe players? I don't know, man. Every team has their own formula. Obviously, we have a draft valuation chart, but realistically, no one goes by that. Each NFL GM has their own valuation process as it pertains to the chart. So I don't know what that's going to be. Ultimately, it's going to come down to where does Deshaun Watson want to waive his no trade clause? That's what it comes down to. All right, Foreigners Ultimate Report from YouTube asks the question, any thoughts on Russell Wilson possibly trade or will he stay in Seattle? I think he stays in Seattle. At the end of the day, I think he stays in Seattle. Now, I think he's pushing for the Seattle Seahawks to say, hey, look, I don't want to be like the Niners, bro. I don't want to be like the Chicago Bears, bro. I don't want to be like the New York Jets, bro. I need an offensive line. Okay? I need an offensive line with Mike Iupati retiring, former San Francisco 49er, and a lot of these guys leaving. Obviously, we have Dwayne Brown, but I mean, come on. He's not the all-pro that we all been accustomed to. So I need something, bro. Help me get a real good offensive line because these plug-and-plays are not plug-and-play. I mean, you even tried to go after B.J. Finney, and we couldn't even play that guy. We had to ship him off to the Cincinnati Bengals. And now he's back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I said in an earlier podcast today. So what are we doing, bro? No, I think Russell Wilson ultimately stays in Seattle. He's just upset because he doesn't have any help up front. And if you're a quarterback, I'd be mad too. How can any quarterback have success without a stable offensive line? You can't. All right, Ken Miller from YouTube says, if we are keeping Jimmy Fragile Garoppolo, as in this box, I'm just joking. Okay. Strengthen offensive line is priority. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Ken Miller, for chiming in from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. I agree with you, buddy. Jonathan K. 28. Hearing the Foreigners have deals in place for Cordero Patterson and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Who are you hearing this from? And I said Ryan Fitzpatrick would be a nice play. I liked Cordero Patterson. I already talked about that, but it'd be interesting to know who these sources are coming from. Who are these people? All right. Mark Severa from Facebook says, diehard New Jersey Niner fan. That's what's up, bro. Thank you for tuning in. All right. JP, my man JP from YouTube says, B-Dub, do you think it will be a busy free agency at the outset, or will it be a slow burn? I think it's going to be busy. I think it's going to be really active and really busy, especially on day 1 and day 2, simply because of the fact that it's a decreased salary cap. Of course, we had rollover from 2020 that rolls into 2021. That helps out a little bit. But with that being said, I think a lot of these guys and a lot of these teams are just going to be making power plays. Hey, look, they had a month and a half to prepare for this. And as players were being released, They were reworking, if you're a pro player personnel standpoint and you're looking at their board and looking at their needs and you're looking at it saying, hey, look, like, all right, what financially can we get? And let's look at the comparables based on the top X amount, of players, wherever you rank him, what their pay is, and let's see if we can go after this guy. I mean, all these moving parts are 1.5, 2 months in advance on top of the work that they've been doing and scouting these players throughout the season. So with that being said, everyone involved is going to make aggressive plays, because if you don't, someone else will. And let's face it, if you're sitting there at the table and you have like 10 free agents that the 49ers do, and you say Kyle Juszczyk, Jason Verrett, Trent Williams, you can't get to all of them at the same time. And what if Trent Williams gets an offer you just simply can't refuse, because he's going to reset the market, as Greg Rosenthal of NFL.com pointed out, like the Indianapolis Colts? Well, then you're in a bind, because then you're like, okay, well, he wants what? Oh, we can't do that. We can't give him $20 million a year. Our sweet spot was $18 million, like what BEASTwriter said. So we can't pay him that. And I know Nate Solder just restructured his deal because he's 33 years old and he was getting $15.5 million APY. But BEASTwriter's right. He restructured his deal, so now the comparables go down. So exactly what's his value? And then they're going to be like, well, Kyle Juszczyk. Oh, yeah, we already just said. I mean, John Lynch just put out a tweet that, that we need to sign him. And yes, he should be our top. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's sign him. Jason, oh, shoot, he's talking to who? He's talking to the New York Jets right now? Oh, gosh. Okay, you handle him. You handle Trent. It's going to be crazy. And then somebody's going to be left out. And then Kendrick Bourne will be like this, like, bro, what's going on? Or K1 Williams be like, bro, you said we're going to talk. What's going on? Hey, man, you're my agent. I need to know what's going on. I haven't heard anything. I just saw on NFL Network that Kyle Juszczyk just got re-signed. Jason Verrett is also going off to the New York Jets. So what's going on with me? Obviously, there's only, 6 more free agents, and we haven't heard anything. So can you check on that? Because that's what I paid you for. Thanks, bye. It's going to get crazy, bro. It's going to get crazy. All right. Jonathan K28, if the Browns were to go after an edge player, would you go Phillips or Rousseau? Oh, my gosh. None. I don't like any of those players. I said it. This edge class is weak sauce compared to previous years. I'm telling you. The best play, and again, go ahead and feel free to piggyback on my analysis, Quincy Roche. And I said it. He's a top 5 Senior Bowl prospect and one of the top 5 guys I said to watch in the Senior Bowl in my pre-Senior Bowl analysis. Quincy Roche. Watch out for him. Really like what he brings to the table from an edge rushing presence. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Answering your questions, and I will put that on the banner here as we continue, guys, because this is fun times. I hope you guys have a lot of fun asking me questions. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Robert Watson says, Mosley getting signed before Warner can only mean that Warner has trade value. Exactly. Hey, there's a reason why my YouTube channel is getting a lot of hits. A lot of good feedback, not just for clickbait. It makes sense. The Dolphins still need inside linebacker help, even though they traded for Bernardrick McKinney, because, again, Kyle Van Noy, even though he was released, even when he was there, they still needed inside linebacker help. Just saying. They hold multiple first-round picks. Just saying. They have cap flexibility. Just saying. The Jets have cap flexibility and also multiple first-round picks. Just saying. Robert Saleh is there. Just saying. He loves Fred Warner. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Let's go ahead and move on as we discuss all things Beast in real time as we shoot the Sunday Funday live stream. All right. Trey, what's going on from YouTube? Part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. I see you. Shoot me over any questions you have, buddy. I'll be sure to happy to answer them the best way I can. All right, 49ers Ultimate Report. Should the 49ers take a chance on Curtis Samuel? No. And I would say no simply because they already have Brandon Ayuk and a guy who is their gadget player in Deebo Samuel. They also have George Kittle there. There's not enough money to go around and not enough football to go around to warrant that big money that Curtis Samuel's about to get for what he is valued at. So I would say that's a hard pass. I would rather the team go after a guy like Emmanuel Sanders than a guy like Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders, Emmanuel Mosley. Yeah. See? Panthers fans know what's up. Yeah, Samuel's gone. Yeah, Curtis Samuel is gone, bro. I hate to say that, man. Because I like Curtis Samuel. That guy's fast as heck. And he's speedy. He has a lateral agility like nobody's business. I just like he's tough. He's physical. Has a good catch radius for his size. Man, the guy is a burner. He's a defensive nightmare, man. I'm telling you. He's a defensive coordinator's nightmare. All right. Dingleberg from YouTube. Nice Twitter handler. Welcome to the BEASTwriter family. So is Kyle Juszczyk coming back? Well, that's the word. That is the word that GM John Lynch had put out late last night where no one can go to sleep. And he said, simply put, how do you guys feel about, you know what? I'm going to put up that tweet. I thought I retweeted it, but I don't think I did now that I think about it. But I'm just going to retweet or re-say what John Lynch said. And you guys don't follow John Lynch. He said 18 hours ago, all right? Legit 18 hours ago, he said, I'm thirsty. Well, I'm thirsty too. Niner fans, you want some juice? That's all he said. And he got, as we speak in real time, 1.1K comments, 2.3K retweets, and 14.6K likes. Crazy. Staggering numbers. So when he says something like that, first of all, I am thirsty. And I'm going to get some water because I'm thirsty. Thank you, John Lynch. But no, getting back to John Lynch, I would love juice in San Francisco. Now, is it a done deal? I mean, why would he put that out? If he puts this out and it's not a done deal and it's just for like leaking whatever, oh my God. You know how much the faithful to the Bay will not be so faithful to John Lynch for putting that tweet. That'd be mean. That'd be mean, John Lynch. Don't do it. You're supposed to be the linchpin and the glue to the organization and the face of the franchise. Don't do mean things. All right. Trey from YouTube says, Kyle Trask in second if he's there. I'm not a fan of Kyle Trask. I'm just not a fan of Kyle Trask. I don't like Kyle Trask for a lot of different reasons. I spoke about that on earlier podcasts, but it's not like I hate Kyle Trask. I think he has critical factors. He has a strong arm. You know, he can make all the throws, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. In the second round, I'd rather them roll in a different direction. Just me. All right. Jonathan K. from YouTube said, I know you wouldn't love Lance at 12, but haven't the 49ers shown the history of drafting for need? McGlinchey when they traded Trent Brown, Kinlaw when they moved. Exactly. So this is based on what I would do. Now, John Lynch, hey, he reaches for need, diminishing the value pick. I already wrote up an earlier podcast on that, on why he should be on the hot seat. We all know the story behind that. It checks out. YouTube receipts check out. In hindsight, everything checks out. But yes, he does diminish the value of the pick by reaching for need. He did it back in 2017 with Solomon Thomas, trading back one spot, still could have got Jamal Adams like I told him to. And then in the tail end of the first, got Reuben Foster. Okay. 2018, reached for need, diminishing the value pick with right tackle Mike McGlinchey. Okay, cool story. 2020, reached for Kinlaw. Again, I already talked about they could have drafted Tristan Wirfs at 13, but they had to recoup draft capital for trading away their third round pick, mortgaging their future for a half-year rental player in Emmanuel Sanders. All right, cool story. Or they could have traded down and did what I said and picked up Justin Jefferson, but they didn't do anything. All right. Fast forward to today. You're right. Trey Lance could be the pick. I would be upset. All right. Shadol Gupta from YouTube says, hi, Beaster. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. This is the first time you actually checked out my live stream. I get back to everyone. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. Be sure to spread the word to all your family and friends for the fun giveaways that we give out. All right. Trey from YouTube says, what if the Jets pick Harris? Exactly. Well, if you watched my earlier podcast and live streams, you know that I have Najee Harris going anywhere from 15 to 24. All right. 15 as high as 15. Why? Because New England Patriots need a running back. Well, who's there? Bill Belichick. Well, who's his best friend? Nick Saban. Who does Nick Saban believe in the most if he was to talk about a Alabama product player? Probably Devontae Smith, Mac Jones, Najee Harris. What do you think of Najee Harris at 15? Oh, I think he'd be good. Could happen. If not at 15, 16 with the Arizona Cardinals. I already talked about that in my mock draft. Again, if you want to catch all this, you can just type in BEASTwriter mock draft. Stuff will pop up. BEASTwriter, anything, just YouTube search engine, BEASTwriter, and then whatever topic you want to discuss, it will pop up right away. But getting back to your question, yeah, he can also go to the I have him currently mocked to the Miami Dolphins at number 18, right? Also, I don't think the Bears would be taking him, so I don't think the Colts obviously wouldn't be taking him at 21. But then you look at, teams like the New York Jets at 23, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 24. One of those teams is going to get a running back. And if it's not Najee Harris, it's definitely Travis Etienne from Clemson, who ran a 4.41 40-yard dash at his pro day. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Next question. Gene from Facebook. Hey, Gene, do yourself a favor. I'm going to go ahead and put up this banner here so you guys know what I'm talking about. Be sure to get yourself a YouTube account. Open that YouTube account and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you won't be entered for our BEASTwriter family giveaways, bro. I know you're on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you obviously know how to download an app. Get the YouTube app, and that way you'll be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. All right. Getting to your question, you think we should trade Garoppolo and the second-round pick for Big Ben? No, absolutely not. And then that's not going to happen either anyways, because Pittsburgh Steelers, that's not their MO. They stick with their head coaches. They stick with the coaching staff. They stick with their front office. They stick with the scouting department. They stick with the quarterback, if I said that already. And, yeah, they don't do that. So that's a non-issue. Big Ben is not going anywhere. He just restructured his contract. He's staying in Pittsburgh. This one is a question that I don't see playing out, so I think we are done there. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if you have any more questions, ask them. All right. Dingleberg says from YouTube, is that a Jimmy G? It is a Jimmy G bobblehead, and it's still in its box. So fresh and so clean, complete with the NFL licensing logo. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, which you already do. But those who are on Facebook and Twitter and have not yet subscribed, do yourselves a favor. Subscribe to your boy BEASTwriter so you'll be entered for these giveaways. It's simple. It's like 2 clicks, and you're done. All right. Drew Burrows from Facebook, thank you for tuning in. Drew watches my podcast while he's at work. Any word on Hurts' health and him being ready for this season? Nope. No word. I don't think Jalen Hurts' career is going to be revived, unfortunately. I just think this is one of those issues where I don't see him returning anytime soon. I'm hopeful the guy will, but it's not looking good. No word. Thanks for your question. All right. Mike Money from YouTube says, thanks for working and you're entertaining us on a Sunday, bro. Are the Niners seriously considering offense? First of all, Mike Money, thank you for tuning in. That's a nice handle, by the way. I like Mike Money from YouTube. Thank you. This is the first question, I think, that you ever asked on our live stream, because I get back to everyone. Your question is, are the Niners seriously considering offensive line or cornerbacks in round one? Who do you prefer with a pick? Keep grinding. Thank you so much for tuning in. I actually talked about this on earlier podcasts. I'm going to include that in the banner, and I'll go ahead and answer that question a little bit in detail. So just Google search my name, BEASTwriter, or YouTube search my name, BEASTwriter. I guess that would be the better way to do it. BEASTwriter, and then just go ahead and type in, I don't know, cornerback, or actually just do Patrick Surtain, because that's a good one. That should pop up in the search engines. I already discussed about this, but I did talk about Patrick Surtain, and I do think he's going to be one of those players that you can actually, that the Niners can actually target. Now, is he going to be off the board at number 12? Probably. Right? So that's why I say I like a guy by the name of J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn out of South Carolina might be available at pick number 12. Now, that's a little too high right now to go in the top 15. I see him going possibly in the 18 to 23 range. I would say that J.C. Horn would be a better play than Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. Now, it's based on the scheme that the 49ers play. I just think he's a better fit scheme. Horn is, as opposed to Caleb Farley. I like J.C. Horn. If Patrick Surtain is off the board because he's my number 1 cornerback, he might go to the Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos, or the Dallas Cowboys. All have high needs for a boundary cornerback there. They can then roll a dice and pick the second best player on their horizontal board, which in this case would be J.C. Horn. As for the offensive line, they could go offensive line and get Rashawn Slater if he slips and falls that far. Obviously, you have guys like Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech. You have guys like Samuel Cosme, where they can actually trade down from 12, pick up draft capital, get a tackle, a blindside left tackle, maybe like a Samuel Cosme if Trent Williams is gone out of Texas. You can also roll with Alex Leatherwood, although I don't think he'd be a better fit than Samuel Cosme based on what Kyle Shanahan likes to do, especially moving his offensive lineman laterally in that zone blocking scheme. So that's why I think that offensive line could be in play. But the best play I think that John Lynch is going to make at number 12 is if cornerback Patrick Surtain is off the board and he wants to make a play for J.C. Horn, he can trade down a few spots, pick up draft capital, and ultimately get a nice player at a position of need. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it, Mike Money. And let's go ahead and move on. Jonathan from YouTube, who is your prediction for 3 non-49ers players in the 49ers land? So your question, you're asking me which 3 non-49ers are going to come to San Francisco? Is that what you're asking in free agency? I think that's what you're asking, Jonathan. Please elaborate a little bit more, and I'll be sure to answer that for you, buddy. Good stuff, man. We have good stuff here. Ask me any questions you have. I'll be sure to answer them the best I can. All right, Niners All Day 55. Kyle Pitts is there at 12. Will you take him? I would take him, and Kittle would be fun to watch. Who do you think will be there at 12? Realistically, based on my current mock draft, this is how I see it playing out. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to go number 1. Number 2 is where the draft really begins. I think we all don't know what's going to happen with Sam Darnold. Robert Saleh and GM Joe Douglas believe Sam Darnold is the answer. Want to give him a better supporting cast to get a larger sample size and a better analysis breakdown on how to evaluate the young quarterback and the former first-round pick. They go ahead and go that route. Now, should they decide to go after Deshaun Watson on draft day? That remains to be seen. A lot of this stuff is just all rumors. It's just all hearsay up to this point. But hypothetically, let's just say they keep Sam Darnold, because that's what's going on right now. He's the quarterback right now, so we're going to go with that. At number 2, I think the New York Jets are going to go with a guy by the name of Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. Ultimately, I think it's going to be Jamar Chase out of LSU. The Miami Dolphins then roll at number 3 and reunite Devontae Smith with Tua Tagovailoa at number 3. Number 4, I have the Atlanta Falcons going after Zach Wilson from BYU. At number 5, the Cincinnati Bengals get Penei Sewell, a blindside left tackle. Obviously, they have already Jonah Williams from Alabama, their first-round pick. However, you can move Jonah Williams to the right side, and then you'll have 2 bookend tackles for the foreseeable future to protect Joe Burrow. That'd be a nice play there. And at number 6 for the Philadelphia Eagles, I had them going wide receiver, but obviously Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith are both off the board. They also need a tight end. I see them taking Kyle Pitts. So there's that. So to answer your question, see, I do the research, and this is why I don't just spit out a name or spit out I break it down brick by brick, pick by pick. So no, I don't think he'll last to the 49ers at 12. I think he's going to go anywhere inside the top 10. All right, Nico Wilson from YouTube. What should 49ers do for more depth at running back with Kirk and Coleman leaving final in the draft? Yes. If you go ahead and type in Najee Harris BEASTwriter, you will see all my BEASTwriter analysis in there. I went ahead and broke it down for you as to why I believe Najee Harris would be a perfect fit in San Francisco. Again, I'm going to put this out there for you because, again, if you're on YouTube, so just YouTube BEASTwriter Najee Harris, and you'll see all these videos on Najee Harris that I had to say, and it's good stuff. He's my draft crush for a reason. Last year was Justin Jefferson, and this year's Najee Harris. Now, do I get it right 100% of the time? Absolutely not. I'm not God. But at the end of the day, if you're more right than wrong, you're pretty spot on. So Google search BEASTwriter Najee Harris. Hopefully Najee Harris YouTube receipts hold up, and my receipts do well there. All right. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. But yeah, ultimately, I like Najee Harris. I think he's a stud. He's number 4 ranked player on my big board right now. All right. 49ers Ultimate Report. If Najee Harris is drafted to the 49ers, how do you think he will do under college? Absolutely awesome. Again, 49ers Ultimate Report. Great question from you. Again, if you're on YouTube, just YouTube search BEASTwriter Najee Harris or Google search it, whatever. You're on YouTube right now. If you want to, feel free to YouTube search Najee Harris BEASTwriter. Anything you guys want to know on what I had to say, even if in this live stream, if you had some questions like, oh, I had a question, Just YouTube search BEASTwriter and whatever it is topic you're looking for, it will populate. Just remember BEASTwriter in the Google search engine so it knows who's saying what. All right. Nico Wilson says Harris might be the pick for the Niners. Absolutely. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. My man Bunk from YouTube again. Oh, Bunk is awesome. Leaves a lot of great comments and analysis on my YouTube channel in the description box below. He is awesome, man. Bunk, thank you for tuning in. What move in the 2021 draft would surprise you the most and why? Would surprise me? Well, nothing surprises your boy on draft day because draft day is crazy, and we all know how that goes. But a move that would surprise me, that's a great question. What's a move that would surprise me? I don't know if it's much a surprise, but I think Deshaun Watson is going to get moved on draft day or by draft day. How can Nick Caserio go into the draft without a first-round pick knowing that his franchise quarterback is up in the air and there's really no backup plan? I'm just saying, if he wants to get traded, bro, and he's intrigued by going to the San Francisco 49ers or someone else, man, just say, hey, look, dude. All right, man, this is a waiting game. We're playing chicken here. What's going on? The draft is coming up. Free agency is about to hit tomorrow. What are you waiting? You're going to wait till free agency happens and then head into the draft and still not know what's going on with your franchise quarterback? Come on, bro. That do not make sense. So I guess it would be a surprise, but not really a surprise. I would say the surprise would be that the Deshaun Watson would get traded on draft day or by draft day. All right. Oh, so here you go. I just answered that question. See, all you guys are asking me the question. Yes, I already answered this one. Yes. All right. Dingleberg from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, says, are you worried about Nick Bosa's injury? Will he still be the elite player? Yes. Nick Bosa is going to have a defensive player of the year type season. He's going to return to his rookie form. In fact, I believe Nick Bosa is going to put up 12 to 15 sacks next year. And he might arguably lead the NFL in sacks. I know it's crazy. You guys are like, man, that's crazy. Coming off a torn ACL, how can you say that? Well, it's Nick Bosa. He's a generational talent. He's a freak athlete. Does he get injured? Absolutely. But when he's healthy, he's a freaking best player, top 5 edge rusher in the game. And for all you guys who are saying trade Nick Bosa for Deshaun Watson, no. Trade Deshaun Watson for Fred Warner, no. Absolutely not. You do not do any of those moves at all. Period. End of story. That's my question. I don't know why you guys are so low on Nick Bosa. I'm telling you, I got Nick Bosa's back. NBC Small Bear, right? Isn't that his Twitter handle? All right. Someone tweeted something to me and tagged me with him. I don't know what it was. I just showed up on my notifications. So anyways, Jonathan K28. Yep, 3 guys in free agency who you can see the Niners picking up. Oh, well, it's going to be offensive linemen. Could it be a guy like Corey Linsley? I don't know. They just restructured Weston Richburg's contract. So what's going on there? I don't know. They're going to have to definitely fill out the blindside left tackle position. So that's going to be a need, especially if Trent Williams departs. So I think they're going to fill that need through the draft. I don't think they're going to bring anyone in. I think that's their MO. They will like to continue to build through the draft. So look for that to happen there. I'm just trying to talking out loud here. Cornerback, what? It's crazy because I think right now their number one opportunity is to re-sign the in-house free agents. I don't see them going outside of free agency and picking up anyone. But based on what's out there, let's take a look. There's a huge list on what's going on with the top 101 free agents. So let's go ahead and look at that and start there. Ultimately, if K'Waun Williams doesn't resign, it'd be interesting to see if they bring in a guy like Mike Hilton from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I'm really high of. And I think both those guys are top 5 slot cornerbacks in the NFL. So ultimately, Mike Hilton probably would command a little bit more money than K'Waun Williams. So financially, I don't think it would make sense, but that could be a play in replacing K'Waun Williams. Obviously, if Jason Verrett's gone, do you look at a guy like Bashaud Breeland out of the Kansas City Chiefs? I really like what Bashaud Breeland brings to the table. Can he be in play? Ultimately, again, it comes back to what I want Brashad Breeland over Ahkello Witherspoon. No, I'd rather keep Ahkello Witherspoon in-house and give him a second chance. That's just me. You look at the guys and what's out there. They have $25 million in cap space, so they're sitting up pretty okay when it comes to the salary cap. Not bad compared to these other teams. I think they're top 10, top 12. But when you look at what's out there, here I'm going down the list right now. Could they go after a guy like Mitchell Schwartz, the right tackle? No, they have Mike McGlinchey. Well, what if Mike McGlinchey gets traded to the Indianapolis Colts? Well, then you can go after Mitchell Schwartz. Well, he's on the market. He'd be good. I like Mitchell Schwartz. I still think Chandler Jones could be in play here, guys. I still really believe that Chandler Jones could be in play. I think he might be a cap cut by the Arizona Cardinals. You'd save the team $15.2 million off the books. I can see him going to the NFC West, facing his former team if he gets released. Obviously, he's playing the last year of his contract. Hassan Reddick's currently a free agent, so watch where Hassan Reddick goes. That's going to set the dominoes on whether Chandler Jones stays in Arizona for this upcoming season, or maybe he's released. So I would say Chandler Jones would be a good option. Again, I don't see them going and looking in free agency much. I think they're going to stay in-house. When you look at what's out there, here's Mike Hilton clocking at number 38. Chris Carson, they're not going to go after Chris Carson. KJ Wright, they're not going to go after him. Rob Gronkowski, they're not going to go after him. Nelson Aguilar, they're not going to go after him. So, yeah, I would say the best play would be to keep the in-house free agents first. That's what I would think they're due. All right, which teams need Trent Williams, 49ers or the Colts? Both teams need Trent Williams. However, I believe the Colts are a better play for Trent Williams. I said that during the year, and I'll say it again. Wrote up a podcast on that most recently, broke down the parameters as to why the move would be made based on the moving parts in Indianapolis and their pending free agents there. I can talk about that all day long. So, with that being said, they're in a win-now mode. Trent Williams is also in a win-now mode. Why would he go to a rebuilding team? No offense, but the San Francisco 49ers to me are in a team that's in rebuild mode or in transition to being a rebuild mode because they don't have a quarterback. We don't know what's going on there. That's important. And then you don't have an offensive line. That's important. And then you kind of don't have a pass rush without Nick Bosa. So that's kind of important. And then you don't know what's going on with the secondary. That's kind of important. And then you don't have your defense coordinator there. That's really important. So, yeah, I would say Trent Williams would be more valuable to the Indianapolis Colts than he is to the Niners simply because the Colts are in a win-now situation. All right. Jonathan says, who is a better GM, John Lynch or Sonny Weaver Jr. from draft day? Of the Cleveland Browns, of course. Well, hypothetically, Sonny Weaver Jr. got all his draft picks back and David Putney. So, with that being said, I don't see John Lynch making these hypothetical moves. Obviously, it's a movie. That's funny. I still like John Lynch. However, he does make some questionable moves, and that's why I believe he is on the hot seat. And it's no surprise. All right. Jose Batista, Atlanta Falcons fan, here chiming in. Thank you for tuning in. What does Jimmy G take a pay cut? When is he being traded or cut? That's a great question, man. Jose Batista, thank you for tuning in from YouTube. Welcome to the BEASTwriter family, man. Again, I have fans from all over, whether it's Atlanta Falcons, I'm telling you, Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, Pittsburgh Steelers, Seattle Seahawks, your San Francisco 49ers. So, all over the place. Anyways, good vibes only here. And getting to your question, that's a great question. I don't know, man. The team says they're going to keep him because obviously they missed out on the sweepstakes with Matthew Stafford. They also, I don't know what's going on with Kirk Cousins. That's been rumored by Peter King and a few others. So, Deshaun Watson, what's going on there? We really don't know. That's a great question. I'm not too sure on that. No one really knows for sure. Otherwise, it's been reported already. All right. What do you think the 49ers could have gotten for Armstead in 2019 if they decided to keep Buckner? Well, truth be told, Eric Armstead was playing on that fifth-year contract, so they wouldn't be getting anything because he'd be a free agent to sign elsewhere. I would just let him walk. Now we know why. $85 million. You know what his dead money is right now? Guys, people who are saying that who wants to take on this contract? What GM would want to take on this contract for a complimentary role player? Dennis Silverfield 2.0. And watch, he's going to have a great year next year because Nick Bosa's back, and that's why I call him Dana Stubblefield 2.0. He might lead the NFL in sacks, but he should have got it done with no talent around him because look at players like Grady Jarrett, Myles Garrett, guys like Fletcher Cox. They're getting it done without talent around them. Still putting up Pro Bowl selections. All right, check this out. Eric Armstead has $28.1 million in dead money right now. If the Niners were to get to cut him, which is not going to happen, but they would be in the whole $15.6 million. In fact, Eric Armstead has the most dead money associated to his contract. This is crazy. I didn't look this up. Than any other player on the 49ers roster. He has the most dead money tied up. Well, that's going to hurt free agency. Than any other player on the 49ers current roster. The next closest player is Nick Bosa at $19.8 million. Eric Armstead's at $28.1 million. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Yeah, you guys are stuck. All right. JP from YouTube says, Chandler and Haas has been quiet. Yes, has been cryptic, though. It could be an interesting week for my I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, Arizona Cardinals fan, BEASTwriter family told you. What did I tell you about Chandler Jones, bro? I told it could happen. It could happen. All right, Jose Batista, Atlanta Falcons fan. I love it from the NFC South chiming in. Also former NFC West, dating back to the Andre Rison days. All right, is Fred Warner getting paid or is he getting shipped like every other great player from the last 5 years? Bro, I wrote a podcast on that he might be going to the Jets or the Dolphins. Tune into that. Again, if you haven't checked out that podcast, I'll put it in the description right here. You just have to YouTube. I guess I would say YouTube search because that would pop up. YouTube search, BEASTwriter, Fred Warner. There'll be all kinds of stuff. You can type in Fred Warner Dolphins, Jets. That should pop up right here. Just go ahead and do yourself a favor. YouTube search BEASTwriter, Fred Warner, Dolphins, Jets. It'll pop up. Don't be surprised if it gets traded. You can I also put a mid-season podcast on this. Just type in BEASTwriter, Fred Warner, DeForest Buckner. That one got good traffic, and we are seeing what I'm talking about now. Is he in a contract snag? And I understand that you have to prioritize free agency first because ultimately Fred Warner's still in a contract. But hey, let me tell you something. If Chris Ballard for the GM of Indianapolis Colts wants to play this, Darius Leonard is also a third-round pick. He's also due to get paid and also plays the same position. So he can kind of play with the Niners, leveraging the cap in his favor and saying, hey, I got more cap space. Hey, let's just sign Darius Leonard right now. And that will force the 49ers' hand to go ahead and re-sign Fred Warner because they have to pick between him and Trent Williams. And then they're not going to have enough money for Trent Williams because they just re-signed Kyle Juszczyk. And so now we can get Trent Williams because we need a blindside left tackle. I said this in an earlier podcast and a live stream, and it makes sense. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. Yes, it makes total sense. GM Chris Ballard ain't dumb. He's smart. Top 5 GM, in my opinion, along with Kevin Colbert from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eric DeCosta, another top 5 GM with the Baltimore Ravens, worked under Ozzie Newsome over the years. Again, I cover all 32 guys. I got you guys covered. Name a better GM than those 3. All right. You guys can say, oh, Mickey Loomis from the New Orleans Saints. He's also good. He's also good. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, we got Carlos. Thank you for tuning in from Facebook. Hello, how you doing from Canada? Do yourself a favor, buddy. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And when you do, you'll be entered for our weekly giveaways on Family Fridays. I call it Family Fridays because when you hear your family, man, it's where social media engagement is encouraged. Good vibes only, so you can't go wrong. Have fan bases from all 32 NFL teams, having a healthy discussion on all things NFL, whether it pertains to the draft or tomorrow's free agency. And we are talking about that right now. Good stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. If Jimmy was a healthy quarterback, do you like him on the Niners? Well, if he's healthy, yeah. Give me Jimmy G. But is he healthy? That's like going to a family function and then setting it up and then saying, potluck style. And I'm bringing, the cornbread. Okay, you got the pasta. Okay, cool story. So you're making the garlic cheese bread. Okay, cool story. Jimmy, you're gonna bring the dessert, right? You're gonna bring the truffle tiramisu, correct? Yeah, I got it. And then everyone gets in the gathering, and Jimmy doesn't show up. Well, it all comes down to durability, man. Like, is the guy gonna be durable? I don't know. You're sitting here at the table, man. This is good food. I'm ready for dessert. Oh, it's not here. Jimmy's not here. Oh, dang, that sucks. I was really looking forward to that dessert. I was really looking for seconds. I don't know. And people are laughing, like, think it's funny. I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, I am trying to be funny, but I'm trying to put it in perspective more than anything else. We all have those people at family gatherings who say they're going to show up and they don't, and then they show up later with empty-handed. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you said you were going to bring something. Didn't you look at the Facebook group chat? Didn't you get the group message in the conversation? Oh yeah, I forgot about that, bro. You're supposed to bring the chips. I want those damn Doritos from Costco, the jalapeno ranch ones. All right, Jonathan K28. Would you do this? Fred Warner for pick 2. The 49ers pick up Zach Wilson, take Michael Parsons at 12. No, I would not do that. Again, I think that the message it would send would be the wrong one when it comes to the locker room dynamic. You never want to trade your best defensive player and the heart and soul of the defense. Period. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Again, answer. I feel like Jeopardy. Answer. Ask me any questions you guys have. I'll be sure to answer them the best I can. I'm just going to put that ticker up for you guys so you guys know what's going on. All right, let's go. Let's keep this thing going. It's only 5:23, and we are talking NFL football. Again, all things NFL. If you guys see any trades going on, this is a live stream, obviously, so I can't toggle between back and forth. I'm not getting notifications here because my phone is on silent. If new things are popping up right now, which they are. How come you guys aren't telling me about all this stuff that's going on? Anyways, a lot of stuff coming on. So to get back to your question, Jose Batista from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, Falcons fan. Love it. I did some Falcons post podcast earlier, picked up a lot of Falcons fans. Again, this is how I'm going to build up my brand in the BEASTwriter family. I'm trying to get 32 fan bases all into the BEASTwriter family on YouTube. I know I got 230,000 on Facebook. I already know I got 8,000 or 7,000 something on Twitter. I'm unverified on Twitter because I changed up my username, and unfortunately, it releases or makes you unverified again. So I am the unverified beast because I simply changed up my username by removing the underscore. Then I put it back, and now I'm trying to fight for that. So people are saying, "Is that really you?" Yes, it's me. Just unverified. So I don't know why they do that. If anyone knows how to get my verification back because I changed up my handle, let me know. I did switch it back. Nothing really happened there. Twitter support does not help me. But anyways, unverified beast. That should be a hashtag. BEASTwriter is actually my hashtag. But getting back to that, no, everything's great. I know some of you guys follow me on Instagram, so obviously for my fitness grind, you guys are saying I need longer videos on your Insta stories, so only 15 seconds. And then I post a video and you say I need a longer video because it's only Insta stories, or it's only on Instagram post is only 1 minute. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll make a reel. But then I was like, why don't I just do a reel? Why don't I just put it on the YouTube channel since I'm starting up a YouTube channel? So that's what I did. So fitness and football, that's what I do. You're going to see that all on here as I cover all 32 NFL teams, and that's how I like to do it. If you guys don't like it, I don't know what else to tell you, but it seems to be, you guys seem to love it. So I am doing giveaways for everyone that does that. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitter right now, it's always in the bio, 365, 24/7. Go ahead and click the link in my bio. It'll forward you to the YouTube channel where you can subscribe. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, which I think 63% of you, 64, 65% of you probably are on there, do yourselves a favor and just open a new web browser. I know you guys all have YouTube because everyone's on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you should get on YouTube. And if you don't have YouTube TV is dope. I just got YouTube TV during COVID, and YouTube TV is way better than cable. I'm just saying, you get NFL Network, ESPN. It is not paid advertised post. I'm just saying, YouTube TV is a lot cheaper than cable. If you on YouTube TV, tell me what you like about YouTube. I love YouTube TV. You get all the channels that you want. And obviously, if you have Netflix and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus and all that stuff, it really makes it worthwhile. So I don't know. I like YouTube TV. I think it's better. You still get the channels that you want, and you're good to go. But anyways, yeah, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, follow me on YouTube. So you'd be entered for our weekly giveaways. Like, who doesn't want this stuff, right? And if you're not a Niner fan, not to worry. Like Jose Batista here, he's a Atlanta Falcons fan. If you are the selected winner for Family Fridays, don't worry, bro. I got you covered. Just go to the team store, pick out a item of $25 value, and I'll be able to ship that out to you. Okay? That's how we roll. All about giving back. All right. Oh, sorry. Didn't get to your question. Thoughts on Bourne? I've seen him doing lots of charity work in the Bay Area. Hard to imagine he'd leave just like that. Yeah, a lot of us do a lot of charity work here in the Bay Area, but at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. I mean, here I have my own clothing line, Bay Area Rooted, and we were doing pop-up shops. That's how we were founded on creating what's called a better tomorrow. That was my motto. And how do we do that? Well, I'm using my social media platform to create a better cause. So you would actually have to go to the location of the mom and pop shop that we were at, so you can kind of get traffic to them and raise community, what I like to call community awareness, right? Bringing the community together. Well, Kendrick Bourne doing a lot of great things, man. A lot of great things. Now, the question remains to be seen. Is he going to be resigned? I mean, that's all outside of football. That's great for the community. Obviously, if you're a GM, you look at that. That checks off one of the boxes. But ultimately, it comes down to what? Production on the field. Because let's face it, you can do all the good community service you want off the field, but if you're not producing on it at the highest level as someone else who's producing on it, but then not doing much community service, it comes down to what? Getting that W. I'm not saying West Side. I'm saying W, right? Getting that W, right? So with that being said, that's how I see it playing out. Ultimately, I see Kendrick Bourne not resigning in San Francisco. I think he's going to go on and possibly join the New York Jets. Why not? They only have Jamison Crowder there. Any wide receiver that played for the 49ers is going to be tied to the New York Jets. Why? Because they only have Jamison Crowder. And I believe he's on the last year of his contract this year. So what's happening there? We will find out. All right. 49ers Ultimate Report. Non-football question. What is a great workout for legs? Ooh, there's a lot of great workout for legs. Obviously, I am a firm believer in building a strong foundation from the bottom up. As much as I am and look top heavy, I have pretty strong legs. I think it comes from my dad, who was a huge track star back at San Jose High School. Set records that still hold true today. If you go to San Jose High School, you'll see the name Marvin Sakamoto. That is my dad. He set records, and they're still not broken until this day. Always in the newspaper. I wish I was a huge track star like him. Not so much. I played basketball, and I played football. So getting back to the question, what is a great workout for legs? That question is answered in squats. You cannot beat squats. Squats will win every single time. Why? Because you're working secondary muscles. You're working out your abs because obviously you need balance. It teaches you proper form, leg drive. Obviously, you're generating a lot of power throughout. It's just a power movement that's simple, complex. Well, simple, not complex, and you really get that maximum blood flow. If you're really trying to gain strength, like on the bench press, which is funny. I don't know why they don't do squats at the combine, but they do the bench press. Like if you're trying to hit powerlifting moves and trying to test a player's strength, wouldn't you want to incorporate the squat? Just saying. Because you use your legs more than you use your arms at certain positions. Especially down in the trenches. I mean, yeah, in the arms you use hand placement, but it's not like you're really jolting the guy unless you're a point of attack in the run game. So I would like to see, interesting. Now I'm going off topic, but not really, because the pro days are. Wouldn't it be interesting for people to see a squat at the combine? How much a person can squat at this weight, this many reps, and then you can kind of figure out some kind of algorithm that you developed. Oh man, they're introducing this new squat game. A new measurable to the NFL combine, which would be the squat. Yeah, so hit that squat rack. Do squats. Do squats all day, every day. That's the best workout that I would say for any of you guys to do. Also, you can do the leg extension machines. It's where you're sitting down and then you just move your legs up like that. Make sure that your kinetic chain is not thrown off, because I see a lot of people not adjusting the seat before they hop on it. And it really looks bad, for lack for a better word. It doesn't look like they're going to be okay the next day. It looks like they're going to wake up out of bed and have like some soreness in certain areas. So make sure that your seat is upright position, kind of like in a plane. Make sure your seat's in the upright position. No, and then just make sure that, obviously, I'm not doing it because I'm out of gym right now, but yeah, the leg extension. What is this? Yeah, that's how you do leg extensions. That's a good one. Obviously, you can do squats. There's a lot of different things you can do. Calf raises, obviously, to work on, build on the calves. We saw Talon Rathman's calves. I don't know what he does. I think that's just natural, but he has huge calves. You can do that as well. So, and hamstrings, I would say just hit hamstring curls. That works too. You can also do Bulgarian lunges. Bulgarian lunges is where you have your leg back on a bench and then you just do a simple lunge in plain sight. Like, you're not moving anywhere. You're just going up and down. I can show this on Workout Wednesdays. Actually, I think I might do that now because you guys are all asking me this question. All right. But there's a lot of different things you can do. All right. Jonathan K28. Who would you rather have on the team as wide receiver 3? Kendrick Bourne, Emmanuel Sanders, or AJ Green at a good price? Okay. If price is not an issue, man, I would say that's a good one. I would say AJ Green. But is he healthy? I don't know. So I would come down to AJ Green or Emmanuel Sanders. And if I had to choose the two, I think I would rather still roll with Emmanuel Sanders because you know what you're getting. With AJ Green, you still don't know what you're getting. At least Emmanuel Sanders is healthy. So I would go Emmanuel Sanders. All right. Brandon Casellas from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for tuning in. Thoughts on Zach Ertz to team up with Kittle? Hey, could happen. It could very well happen. I actually wrote a podcast episode on this and also put up an article on this on Zach Ertz back in 2016 when they tried to convert Bruce Miller to tight end from fullback. And yeah, I'm talking about this because Zach Ertz, to me, I mean, he was a player coming out, right? I loved Zach Ertz coming out, and he really liked the article. He liked it. I remember that, and he like retweeted it, and we had a little bit of conversation there. But Zach Ertz teaming up with George Kittle, I'd like it. I mean, 2 tight end sets. Who wouldn't want to go 21 personnel? Or sorry, 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight end sets. That'd be fun to watch, especially down in the goal line. So now you have to play the run, but also play the pass. And then if the defense is already playing the run, but then have to account for the pass, you can create matchups that way because the linebacker may not be able to stick with that tight end and matched up one-on-one. So if it's a play action pass, then you're screwed. There's a lot of different things you can do there. All right. Max Saul said those Doritos are bomb. Yes. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about Doritos. We also talk about food here in the BEASTwriter family. The jalapeno ranch Doritos are so delicious. Unfortunately, I don't think they have them anymore on the Coleman location. I've been trying to find it here at the Brokaw location, but they don't have it either. So if you guys can help me out here, there's I'm in a crisis. No, the jalapeno ranch Doritos, or sorry, they're Ruffles. Sorry, the jalapeno ranch Ruffles are delicious. If you guys know where to find them, hit your boy up. Like the big party size bag, like the Costco bag. I will hunt that down. All right. Ron asked from Facebook. Ron, first of all, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Get yourself a YouTube channel. You're on Facebook, man. All you got to do is go ahead and open that up in the new web browser on that you see below, youtube.com/BEASTwriter, and subscribe to my channel so you'll be entered for the fun weekly giveaways. Again, guys, we already gave away our first Family Friday giveaway was Robert Watson. He won that prize on Friday. I released that winner on Friday. Here we are hitting a new week. We're still continuing these giveaways. We're going to do it now until forever. This is not stopping. This is not a one-time thing. Every week we're selecting a winner. Every week, we're picking a winner in the BEASTwriter family. All you got to do is subscribe to my channel, engage with me, and you'll be entered. So next Friday, or this coming Friday, which is what, 5 days from now, I'm going to be selecting another winner. And one of you lucky winners is going to get one of these things. All right? Just saying. It's not fake. It's 100% real. All right. I haven't heard any news on Juice. Nothing yet, my man. I already discussed that, but I haven't heard anything yet. Okay. Eddie McGee from Facebook says, I can't see Jimmy as a Niner. Tired of that guy. Oh, my gosh. All right. Victor Street Ministry said, how much did they pay Juice? Well, as far as I know, nothing is done yet. As far as I know. If you guys hear differently, let me know, but I ain't hear anything. All right. Jonathan K20, would you take a flyer on Josh Norman at the minute? No. I don't like Josh Norman. He's past his prime, household name. That's about it. I would say no. All right. Antonio Lozado from BEASTwriter Family, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, my man. He says, if Warner isn't packaged with picks for Watson, I believe 49ers pick a quarterback in the first or second round. Yes. Could very well be the play, my man. Could very well be the play. Pete Gorman from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for tuning in, Pete. Appreciate you, buddy. This week is going to be crazy. Yes, it is. It's going to be extremely crazy. This is the time of year where I want to see some blockbuster deals. Like, don't you just think it's when you're at work, or even if you're working at home due to COVID and you're doing stuff virtually, you know, you guys are on freaking NFL Network on another tab while you're listening to your boss, like, and you seen that ticker, seen Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter like reporting news, like, and then you're smiling, and then they're like, are you listening, Johnny? And you're like, yeah, everybody wants to see trade alerts. Hey, I love trade alerts. I love when trade happens. You know why? Because I can praise the pick, praise the move, or criticize the move. That's what I do. I project and predict, right? And then it gains credibility when it hits. And if it doesn't, well, then I lose credibility. But that doesn't happen very often. So I love trade alerts, and I like analyzing the trades because I cover all 32. And how is that going to affect teams moving forward as it pertains to the NFL draft? Ultimately, these mock drafts are going to be surely to be shaken up because, again, when these trade alerts are made, like we're seeing today, the dominoes are being set so to how they're going to play free agency and the upcoming draft. You can just connect the dots, guys. Just connect the dots on what these GMs are doing, what they've done in the past, and you can kind of figure out a trend. Like, what are these guys doing? Figure it out. That's why you guys have me here. I do the legwork for you. I take notes based on the needs in this year. This is what they went after. And although they got this player, they still went after this, or X or Y, right? Or Z. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. All right. Willie from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for tuning in, Willie. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the BEASTwriter family. I am honored to have you as part of our family. If Niners can restructure D Ford and Jimmy G, will they be able to do a lot in free agency? Who is the big fish you would want if you could have any free agent? Oh, if I could have any free agent right now, if money wasn't an issue, I mean, let's just look at the top. What do the Niners need? They need offensive line help, right? So obviously, would Trent Williams be considered a free agent? Technically, I mean, he's an unrestricted free agent. I would say re-sign Trent Williams. That would be my number one logical choice. Now, if you're saying someone other than a 49er, who would I like them to see? Well, let's go ahead and look down the list here, right? So what do the Niners need, right? Let's look at what they need first, right? So you're heading into the draft, and right now, you need a quarterback, a running back, a guard, a center, an edge rusher, outside linebacker, cornerback, and strong safety. That's a lot of different needs. So again, this team is not one or two pieces away. So if I'm looking at the board and free agency, and if I'm a pro player personnel guy and director of player personnel, and I'm looking at it, and I could have my choice of any single player without looking at money, I mean, I would still say Trent Williams. I think that's the number one choice. I mean, I'm looking down the list here, and Trent Williams has to be the logical choice, the logical answer here. Everything starts up front. Games are won down in the trenches. And you look at the edge class, right? So Edge class, you look at Greg Rosenthal's list, and he has Shaquille Barrett ranked number 2. Well, I'm not going to pay Shaquille Barrett to be a 4-3 edge rusher. No. Especially in that cover 3 scheme. Absolutely not. But Dupree is good, but he's more of a 2-point stance kind of guy coming from 34 base defense out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I wouldn't take him. He also is coming off a torn ACL, so I wouldn't take him as an edge rusher. So, yeah, you go down the list. Jadeveon Clowney, no thanks. I think he's going to command too much. Although he would be a smart play because, I mean, think of Bosa and Clowney. I don't know, but is Clowney overrated? He never really recorded 10 sacks in the season. So how much production are you getting there? So, yeah, I would say Trent Williams. Trent Williams would be my answer if money was not an issue. But it is. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Niners all day 55. Do you want Watson, and at what price is acceptable for you? Wants and needs are two totally separate things. Would I want Watson in San Francisco? Yeah, I would want Watson in San Francisco. But ultimately, what would it take? If it means giving up any of my core foundational players, I'm not doing it. Ultimately, they're going to have to do that. And I say no. So again, if I'm GM John Lynch, I said this on every live stream for the past 4 or 5 streams now. Go on KMBR, go on your flagship station, and just downplay these rumors. Go on air and say, hey, look, I don't care what BEASTwriter's saying. I don't care what X is saying. I don't care what Y is saying. We are not trading our core foundational players who are basically the heart and soul of our team. And that includes Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and George Kittle. Period. Then it'd be a non-issue. Why hasn't he done that? Interesting. All right. Jonathan K28, he can go out and tweet stuff like, hey, Juice is coming back. You guys want some juice? All right. Raheem Mostert. Jonathan K28 says, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and JaMychal Hasty, a combination of $6.4 million this season. Aaron Jones making $12 million. Yeah, but Aaron Jones is the overall better running back. So price is what you pay, value is what you get. Aaron Jones, I just reported earlier, buddy. He signed a 4-year contract. I believe it was worth, what, $48 million? Whatever it was. $48 million? Whatever that, yeah, $48 million. Here it is. $48 million contract, and he is still staying in Green Bay. The Packers still get their cheese. Good stuff. All right. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll be sure to answer them the best I can. And we will go ahead and continue this. All right. So let me just pull up my ticker here. All right, here we go. And get back to your comments. All right. Horacio Flores from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, says squats work out everything. Yes, they do. Absolutely. I love hitting squats all day, every day. All right. Nico Wilson from YouTube says, if you are talking about trading Warner to the Jets, Dolphins, why not trade him and watch and trade? I already did that. I already beat you to that. I already actually examined that trade. You can go ahead and do that. I'll put it up for you. Thank you for your question. Again, if you're not caught up on my podcast, don't worry. All you have to do is just YouTube search BEASTwriter and whatever it is you're looking for. It's plain and simple as that. Search engine, right? So just type in BEASTwriter, Deshaun Watson, 49ers. Simple as that. Just type in this, and you will see my full-on analysis on that and why I said that Deshaun Watson would be intrigued to play by the 49ers before the report came out that he would be intrigued to play by the 49ers. See? Be in the know before they know. See, that's why you subscribe to my channel. All right? So YouTube search that, my man. You will find everything you need to know, and you will see what I had to say about that. Let me know your comments. Drop your comments in there. I still get notifications on these podcasts, so go ahead and do that, and I'll be sure to answer any questions and have a strong, healthy discussion with you on that. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Nick Motown says, bro, from YouTube, how you doing today, man? Every Niner stream I'm at, Horacio Flores is there, a true Niner fan. Hey, Horacio is a true Niner fan, man. That is absolutely right. Nick Motown, thank you for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate the love and support. All right. Jose Batista, Falcons fan from YouTube, from the BEASTwriter family, says, I went to Andrew Hill High School in San Jose, hence the Falcons logo. Hey, okay, well, that makes sense. So you went to Andrew Hill. I went to Independence and Piedmont Hills. So we were rivals. What year did you graduate from? Interesting question. Andrew Hill Falcons. My gosh. Good times. All right. Michael Hodges says, from Facebook, think the Niners should go after Galladay. They could go after Galladay. I like Galladay. I think he's a top 12 wide receiver in the NFL when healthy. Now, will they? Comes down to cap money, man. Comes down to what they're going to do with Trent Williams, what they're going to do with Kyle Juszczyk, what they're going to do with K'Wan Williams and Jason Verrett. What's going to happen with those guys? What's going to happen with Fred Warner? We just don't know. We just don't know. All right. Pete Gorman says Travis Benjamin is our number 3 wide receiver. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. Yeah, but how's that going? How is that going? All right. Jonathan K28 says, I need an honest opinion because many of my cousins from LA gave me crap about this. I'm a Lakers, Dodgers, and 49ers fan. They say it's weird. Why? Actually, it's not weird, Jonathan K, because I would say a good 45% of my fan base or my followers or my family are Dodgers, Lakers, and Niners fans. I don't know why that is, but if you go on Twitter, you'll see the artwork on it, and you'll see their bio. It's always Dodgers, Lakers, and Niners. I think that's I don't think it's weird. Actually, I kind of think it's weird, but not really, because it's normal to me. But it's a lot. There's a lot of Dodgers fans who are Niners fans, and then there's a lot of Niner fans who are also Lakers fans. Maybe because they're all dynasties, right? Lakers are dynasty. Niners were the gold standard. Dodgers are there. I'm just saying. All right. Juan Luna from YouTube, BEASTwriter family says, what's good? What is good? I like your avatar. That is funny. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them and send them my way. I'll be sure to answer them in the best way I know how. Again, this is the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. We are keeping this live stream going. I'm going to be hopping on tomorrow on a live stream, as I do in my weekly scheduled podcast or broadcast titled Yang Mondays. I'm going to have Jerry Yang on Monday at 2:30 p.m. All our live streams are typically at 2:30 p.m. Obviously, Sunday Funday, it's random, but it's usually around anywhere from 2 to 5. Could be later in the evening, but that's a random one. But the other ones throughout the week are 2:30 p.m. So pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go ahead and move on, and we will get to your questions. Ken Mueller asks from YouTube, fix offensive line, and then we shall see just how good or bad Jimmy Garoppolo is. I agree. Build the line, and the rest will follow. Robert Watson, and again, for those who think I'm joking around, you guys don't think that, obviously. You guys know that Robert Watson won. He was the first BEASTwriter family winner. Congratulations, Robert Watson, ICU fam. And I am going to sign the game day commemorative pennant. I'm going to do that after I wrap up the show and mail that out to you first thing tomorrow morning. All right. So he says, look at the past quarterbacks that wanted to be 49ers. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Zach Wilson. Let's not make another mistake. See? A lot of them. A lot of good ones. All right. Let's go ahead and move on, and we will ask any questions you have. All right. Ken Mueller from YouTube says, Rondale Moore would be a nice addition to the 49ers offense. He is definitely a Shanahan-type player. Yep. All right. Oh, see, look at Javier from Facebook says, I'm from LA, and I'm a Niners fan, as well as it's always a home game here in LA. Oh, so there you go. Anytime the Niners play in LA, it's a home game for the 49ers. Kind of similar to, I don't know. That's that. So when the Rams play the Niners, is it a home game for the Niners? Or is it still LA? That stadium's dope, though. Did you guys ever see how that stadium was built? It's like retrofitted for like earthquakes. They like dug deep. There's a whole NFL Network like time capsule of the progress. It's really dope. If you haven't seen SoFi Stadium and Googled that and see how they made that was ridiculous. Like, it was dope. Like, it's dope. SoFi Stadium is dope. All right. Javier Montero says, born 1992 and didn't have a football team in my city growing up. Man, that's rough. You didn't have the LA Raiders? Weren't the Raiders in LA? I thought the LA Raiders were in LA during that time. I could be wrong. Or did they leave town back to Oakland by then? I thought they were in LA. All right, Jose Batista from YouTube says, I'm young. I was class of 2016. Always had a good games against Indy. And, man, Piedmont always had them big boys. It makes bro, we growing big at Piedmont, bro. I'm telling you. Man. We homegrown, bro. Piedmont Hills Pirates, bro. That's where it's at. You know what's up, man. Yeah, hogs out here, bro. All right. And Antonio Lozado says from YouTube says, look for Von Miller to be released. Yep, exactly. Antonio Lozado, thank you for tuning in. I actually talked about this on Two Bums in the Pod with Grant Cohn. He asked me one free agent signing that might possibly come to San Francisco. I said, look for Von Miller. I'm going to do some outside the box thinking. Look for Von Miller to be released and then picked up by the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. Check those YouTube receipts out. Again, I cover all 32, so even the topic says one thing, I roll into it another. That's what you guys like. Because, again, we have fans from all different fan bases, all 32. All right. Abraham Herrero from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, says, what's the biggest need for the 49ers? Oh, offensive line is the biggest need. I would say offensive line is the biggest need on this team, period. I mean, who's going to be the center? Is right tackle Mike Beasley going to get an extension? Who's going to be the blindside left tackle? It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. And can you really trust Laken Tomlinson? I don't know. I say the offensive line is definitely the number one biggest weakness. And the Niners need to address that in free agency or the draft. Either way, they need to do it. All right, let's go ahead. Backwoods Bully from YouTube, be part of the BEASTwriter family, says, are we keeping Jimmy? Well, as of right now, that appears to be the play here. Time will tell. All right, Jose says from YouTube, BEASTwriter family, here's a good one. Since Z4 most likely won't pass physical and stay on the team, is there any chance he gets healthy and plays late season or in a postseason run? Oh, no, man. That's a good question. I don't know. That's it. If I was a betting man, I'd say no. All right. Javier Montero says 70% of the fans at the Rams games are Niner fans. Damn, 70% of the Rams home games are Niner fans when they go there? That's wild, bro. That is wild. I feel bad for the Rams. Well, not really. I'm just joking. No, that's dang. That you would think there'd be more Rams fans, right? Because SoFi Stadium. I don't know. I definitely would have thought there would have been more than 70%. That's a lot. All right. Willie from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family, says Niners should shore up offensive line free agent and then draft Pitts. 2 tight end sets, meaning 12 personnel, or it could be 22 personnel, would be sick. And Pitts also will be our third wide receiver as well. He can play in every set. Thoughts? Thank you for tuning in, Willie. And to answer your question, I agree 110%. I think he would be a mismatch nightmare. I think Kyle Shanahan would then open up the playbook that he otherwise wouldn't have because he doesn't have that player like a Jordan Reed. I don't think he's that type of player. Obviously, he's an unrestricted free agent, but they don't really have it. I don't think Ross Dwelley is going to be that guy. They gave him a 1-year tender, 1-year deal. So if you got Kyle Pitts there, the things you can do with Kyle Pitts and George Kittle are endless. Let me just stop there. All right, they're endless. So use your imagination, go outside the box. That's what it's about. All right. Nico Wilson from YouTube, part of the BEASTwriter family. Sorry for being behind. Just started watching Cone Show. I was interested in your content. Good stuff. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. No, you have nothing to be sorry about, bro. It's all good. But if you want to know what I had to say for you or anyone else, I did include podcast playlists. There's like 40 of them. So I have 32 for each 32 NFL teams that I cover. Check those YouTube receipts there. Also, you can see my workout videos, my live streams, what I had to say. And again, if you're not on YouTube, do yourself a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. I'm just saying, we do a lot of fun giveaways, right? And what are those giveaways? Well, again, we're giving away this backpack for Family Fridays and this Jimmy G Garoppolo bobblehead. Robert Watson was already the first winner, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. Let's run it back, as they would say. Let's run it back. Are we keeping Alika from Facebook says, are we keeping Trent Williams? But I assume you're from Hawaii, yeah? To answer your question, I hope they do, but ultimately, I don't know. I think he's going to be testing free agent waters tomorrow. I think it goes to the highest bidder. I already said that he's going to go to Indianapolis Colts. I said it during the year, put out a few podcasts on that last week, and even more so like a few days ago. So on the live stream, talked about this. I think ultimately he's not going to return to San Francisco. But then again, I don't know, because apparently he likes the front-loaded money that the Niners were offering him. I mean, that's been reported. So I don't know. I think it's come down to like the Colts or a team like the Niners. Ultimately, what does he want? What does he want to do? But I think he's going to go to the money. I think he's going with the money. Show me the Benjamins, bro. All right, Nico Wilson from BEASTwriter Family says, go all in with Rosen. Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. Sanjo Sunny from YouTube says, just tapping in. What's up, Beast? I gave you a little praise on Grant's line earlier today. Oh, that's what's up, Sanjo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, buddy. I want to do that too. I want to be able to take phone calls. I don't know how to do that. Do you guys know how to do that? Because I want to do some live streams where I'm taking phone calls. I think that'd be heck of fun. Oh, all right. Let's go ahead and move on and ask. Oh, so you are from, I knew it. That's what's up, dude. Well, thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate you, fam. Mahalo. All right. Jerome Viva. Jerome V. I'm just going to say Jerome V. What about Joe Staley? Yeah. Touch base on that. Joe Staley coming back. That'd be awesome. Time will tell if it will play out. I'm sure John Lynch is saying, hey, man, what do you think about coming back? Trent Williams doesn't come back. Would you like to come back? Yeah, bro. I think I still have it. I've been doing a lot of squats in the off season during COVID. Just have my own little gym set up. I'm still, my weight's okay, but my diet's been all right. But no, I can get back. Just give me a good training camp. We'll get back into it. I'm not that out of shape. I'm still in shape. Hey, it could happen. I don't know. That'd be awesome. All right. Any other questions you guys have before I go ahead and say mañana? See ya, mañana. All right. Alika, thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate it. Do yourself a favor, bro. I want you to be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. Just be sure to go ahead and get yourself a YouTube channel. It's free, just like Facebook, bro. All you got to do is, here, I'm going to make it simple for you because you're on Facebook. So there's a link right here that you see on the ticker. Just open that up on the new web browser, www.youtube.com/BEASTwriter, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content, and you'll be entered for the Family Friday giveaways. Again, every Friday I do a giveaway, and even if you're not a 49er fan, I will go ahead and give back to the fans, or my family, I should say. And it's all fun. So be sure to do that, man, because I don't want you missing out on anything. All right. Well, that'll be it for right now. I'm going to hop back on a live stream probably later tonight, depending on what news comes out. Stay tuned for that. But that's it for Sunday Fundays. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you liked what I had to say, be sure to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Also, if you're on Facebook, be sure to go ahead and open this up on a new web browser, www.youtube.com/BEASTwriter, and you can follow me there once you hit the subscribe button. Or if you're on Twitter, which a lot of you guys are, the link is in my bio 24/7, 365. Just click the link there and you'll be able to subscribe on that platform. All right. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a good night. Happy Sunday Funday. BEASTwriter out.